affordable fun in that world-class game room. The Mine Shaft in beautiful downtown Hartford and Oshkosh. Lots of seating, lots of close parking. Google and call the Mine Shaft today to reserve your Thanksgiving Day tables. They'll fill up quickly, serving from 10 a.m. till 6 p.m. It's the Mine Shaft.
For 20 years, Capco's Kids to Kids Toy Drive has brought our community together, sharing the importance of giving, encouraging acts of kindness, and us kids helping other kids.
Join Capco and WTMJ for the 20th anniversary and a celebration of giving on Saturday,
December 13th at the Kesmerick Center for Human Performance in Grafton. This is more than just a toy drive. It's about community and learning how generosity can change lives across Wisconsin.
Be part of the magic.
Bring your family, bring your friends, and most importantly,
Bring toys.
because the joy of giving is the greatest gift of all.
Let's make this Christmas brighter for each child and family. Learn more at kidstokids.toydrive.com. That's kids, the number 2, kids.toydrive.com.
Wisconsin's Morning News is here for you every weekday morning starting at 6 a.m. Vince Petrano.
U.S. House Democrats unveiling a bill that would cut off funding for military campaigns targeting Venezuela without congressional approval.
Erik Bilstad.
3 years after an announced plan to welcome professional soccer back to Milwaukee, groundbreaking is yet to begin.
And traffic with Debbie Lozica.
We've got a vehicle fire. That roadway is closed at the moment.
The news you need to know. Wisconsin's Morning News on WTMJ.
Drafty windows means wasted money. Call Siding Unlimited today for energy-efficient replacement windows and doors and start saving now. For a free estimate and honest price guarantee, go to sidingunlimited.com.
Eggland's Best, the only eggs with more fresh and delicious taste, plus superior nutrition. Eggland's Best, better taste, better nutrition, better eggs.
The place you want to go, Lynch McWanago.
Nobody sells for less than Lynch.
Breaking news as it happens. Stay up to date with your trusted and relevant source in news, sports, traffic, and weather. We are Wisconsin's radio station. News Radio 620, WTMJ, Milwaukee.
6 o'clock, this is Wisconsin's Morning News for Tuesday, November 25th. I'm Erik Bilstad. Our top story, the extradition is set for today.
I'm Neil Doyle, in for Vince Vetrano, a senator facing threats from the Pentagon.
I'm Debbie Lozica. Starting off with an accident eastbound on 94, right about at 25th Street. The left lane is blocked. It was a car facing the wrong way. We've got vehicles actually on both sides of the road, so you do want to be careful. Delays are stretching back to 35th Street, at least at the moment. The rest of the system is actually looking pretty good, although a little wet, so be careful. I'm Debbie Lozica with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Heads up, a bit foggy this morning in a few counties. Walworth, Waukesha, Jefferson, all under a dense fog advisory until 10. Patchy drizzle today, breezy with some showers later on this afternoon, a high of 51. Tonight, still a chance for rain, maybe even a snow mix, blustery, a low of 32. Right now, 45 degrees at 6:01. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, Slenderman attacker Morgan Geyser has an extradition hearing set for this morning.
Is scheduled to appear for the hearing at 11 a.m. She's in custody in Illinois after Posen police found her sleeping at a truck stop with a 43-year-old man Sunday night. Once Geyser returns to Wisconsin, likely Waukesha County, it will be up to state health officials to consider revoking her conditional release. Geyser has been living in a group home with electronic monitoring in Dane County for a few months, but she allegedly cut off her GPS monitor before fleeing Saturday night. It will be up to the Dane County District Attorney to consider filing charges for tampering with a tracking device. Jessica Gatso, WTMJ News.
Greenfield Police Chief Jay Johnson being ordered to stand trial for misconduct in office.
Johnson allegedly had a city-owned pole camera installed outside of his personal residence in Wind Lake for reasons related to his divorce. Prosecutors have added a new charge for attempting to delete evidence off of his department-issued phone. Special Agent Scott Marlock was called to testify.
He was advised by Chief Johnson and the mayor that Chief Johnson wanted to hang the pole camera because he was going through a divorce. His wife was dating a felon, and he feared for his safety and for the safety of his property.
Johnson pled not guilty to all charges. He's back in court in January. Elizabeth Linton in WTMJ News.
The Pentagon is threatening to court-martial Senator and retired astronaut Mark Kelly for recording the video with 5 other Democratic lawmakers that concerns military members following orders that are considered illegal. ABC's Lionel Maurice.
Kelly, who flew combat missions in Iraq before becoming an astronaut, is the only one of the 6 who falls under the jurisdiction of military courts because he's formally retired and receives benefits. If it's determined he engaged in misconduct, he could be subject to military prosecution. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth saying encouraging our warriors to ignore the orders of their commanders undermines every aspect of good order and discipline. Hegseth saying the video sows doubt and confusion.
Kelly is dismissing the Pentagon investigation as the work of bullies.
A federal judge dismisses the criminal charges filed against former FBI Director James Comey and New York State Attorney General Letitia James. CBS's Scott McFarland.
Comey was indicted for making a false statement to Congress in 2020, and James charged with engaging in mortgage fraud. Allegations both deny. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt was asked about the president's reaction.
His reaction was, we've seen this before. We've seen partisan judges take unprecedented steps to try to intervene in accountability before, but we're not going to give up.
These cases were dismissed for a procedural reason, that the U.S. attorney who'd never been a prosecutor before was not rightfully put into this prosecutor position.
The White House says the Justice Department will appeal the judge's ruling.
Lawmakers are calling for a federal investigation of scam ads on Meta platforms. Reuters' Jesse Mitchell.
A bipartisan group of U.S. senators has asked the Federal Trade Commission and the Securities and Exchange Commission to investigate Facebook parent company Meta over claims the tech giant profits off of fraudulent and scam posts. A new report from Reuters alleges the tech giant earns as much as $16 billion in profits annually from advertising for scams and banned goods on its platform. In a statement to Reuters, Meta said it has large goals to reduce ad scams, and it notes that the company has removed more than 130 million pieces of scam ad content this year so far.
The Federal Trade Commission estimates Americans lost more than $158 billion to scams just last year.
Even with a short financial week due to the holiday, some key reports will be released over the next 2 days. Annex Wealth Management CEO Dave Spano telling WTMJ's Point Taken.
There is math coming out this week, and we have earnings reports coming out. Wednesday, we have the Fed Beige Book, which tells us kind of the health of the economy.
Kohl's, Best Buy, and Dick's Sporting Goods releasing third quarter earnings later today.
Coming up, it was a super find worth millions.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 6:05.
Hey, it's WTMJ's Greg Matzik here for Flanner's Home Entertainment. Does the audio and video system in your home need an upgrade? Well, Flanner's has all the solutions and the installation experts to simplify and upgrade your home entertainment experience. Forget about the impersonable big box stores and risky online purchases. You go with locally owned Flanner's, where quality service, the best brands, and guaranteed best price remain top priorities. Stop by Flanner's in West Dallas, Grafton, or at Flanners.com. Sound advice at the best price. Just press play.
You've spent a lifetime taking care of others. Now it's your turn to enjoy life your way. At Capri Communities, they offer vibrant senior living where neighbors become friends, and each day brings something to smile about.
Well, it's breakfast with the boys, and then bingo is at 3 in the afternoon. I lost that super lady I lived with for 60 years, but have found a home and doing well. The accommodations, the facilities, it's been a pleasure.
Find your perfect new home at CapriCommunities.com.
Are you sick and tired of sad, skimpy, frozen pizzas that lack toppings and flavor? Problem solved. Screamin' Sicilian brings the party to pizza with mountains of whole milk mozzarella, premium meats, and veggies stacked to the sky. No tweaks necessary. Just tons of toppings and amazing flavor. Just bake it, bite it, and let it rip. Mamma mia! Find Screamin' Sicilian in your local grocer's freezer section. Screamin' Sicilian. Toppings piled high, screaming loud, always delicious.
All you have is one chance after an accident, one decision on who to call, one shot to get the help you need. Don't waste it on the one offer you get from your insurance company. Make the one call to Gruber Law Offices. It's the only one you'll need to make. Call us today. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Celebrate a
birthday, anniversary, or retirement this week with a free dinner at the historic Fox and Hounds restaurant near Holy Hill. Buy one dinner, get one free, 7 nights a week. Google Fox and Hounds restaurant and enjoy your free dinner.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time is 6:08.
Uh-oh, is it time to raise the alarm for the Bucks? 6:15.
Milwaukee's airport with a few travel tips as we head into Thanksgiving.
Mitchell International says about 200,000 passengers will fly through Milwaukee between Wednesday and Sunday. Although there are no longer government shutdown-related issues, the airport strongly encourages passengers to sign up for text alerts with their airline for any flight status changes. They recommend arriving 2 hours before your departure time, and those looking to park can use the MKE Smart Park app. New this year is the Real ID requirement and the new TSA policy that does not require passengers to remove their shoes. Jessica Gatso, WTMJ News.
It's a bird, it's a plane, it's the first edition Superman comic, and it's sold for just over $9 million. This issue, which was still in excellent condition, God, I hope so, it was going to sell for that much, was discovered in a cardboard box beneath layers of brittle newspapers, dust, and cobwebs by a deceased homeowner's son. They were cleaning out the attic and found it. It was a had-to-see-it-to-believe-it moment for Lon Allen, the VP at Heritage Auctions in Texas, where it was sold. He flew out to San Francisco to see it himself.
They found it in the attic in San Francisco area while they were cleaning out her mother's house, and it ended up being in unbelievable condition.
$9 million. That Superman #1 comic was released in 1939. So I guess hoarding stuff.
Now, see, my issue is if I was one of the sons that found it in the attic, I don't know if I would have initially known how much it would be worth.
Think about that, how often something probably has been found and just tossed. Bull.
Good thing they didn't toss it.
6:10.
Hi, WTMJ's Sandy Max here to tell you about incredible career opportunities with my friends at 3 Pillars Senior Living Communities in Dousman. 3 Pillars is ranked best in continuing care, assisted and independent living, and it's a certified great place to work. They're hiring caregivers within their assisted living and memory care communities. Full and part-time day or evening shifts starting at $20 per hour, and you could get more based on experience and shifts. The best part, you'll make a difference in the lives of others every day. Go to 3pillars.org and click on the Careers tab to learn more.
Education changes everything. It opens doors, shapes futures, and builds the foundation for our children's success. At City Forward Collective, we're working to transform our city's schools and ensure every Milwaukee child receives the high-quality education they deserve. We've taken real steps forward, but our work is far from done. This giving season, we're asking you to join us. Together, we can secure a stronger future for our children and a stronger future for Milwaukee. To support our mission, visit cityforwardcollective.org/donate. That's cityforwardcollective.org/donate.
Give the perfect holiday gift this season. A Bartolotta gift card, providing memorable experiences for nearly 30 years. Purchase yours at bartolottas.com. That's bartolottas.com.
6:11 traffic brought to you by the Bartolotta Restaurants. Good morning, Debbie Lazaga.
Good morning, Eric. Well, eastbound 94, we've got issues. Got a crash at about 25th Street. The left lane is blocked with this crash, so be careful with that. Now on the westbound side, right about at St. Paul Avenue, we've got the right lane blocked with a crash. I don't know if it was folks slowing down to take a look at what was going on the other side and suddenly went whoop. So just be very careful if you're driving through there. We've got delays, and that is really the only spot where we have delays at the moment. Wet roads are out there as well, so you might want to be extra careful, slick conditions. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast for today: patchy drizzle, breezy with some evening showers likely. Temperatures topping out in the low 50s. Then behind the cold front tonight, a chance of a rain-snow mix turning cold and blustery. Lows around the freezing mark. Mostly cloudy and windy for our Wednesday. Snow showers likely, not much in the way of accumulations. Highs in the mid to upper 30s. Mostly cloudy, windy, and chilly on Thursday. High of 31. We'll bring some more sunshine back on Friday. High near 30. Snow showers likely by Saturday with highs in the low 30s. I'm meteorologist Brendan Johnson with the Storm Team forecast on WTMJ.
46 degrees at 6:12.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee, this is Wisconsin's Morning News. Now, here are your hosts, Erik Bilstad and Neil Doyle.
Erik and Neil in for Vince Vitrano. Vince is back after the holiday. Debbie is here. Tiff Pua is in our newsroom. And, of course, Greg Pancake Hill doing all of the work. So we have weather and we have travel combined, which always seems to be a deja vu moment for Thanksgiving.
It always happens for the holidays.
It seems like it does happen every year. So today is considered one of the most busiest of the travel days. 52,000 flights today. And this comes as we are looking at wraparound showers and snow showers likely tomorrow, and heavier snow expected across northern Wisconsin. They could get 6 inches of some heavy wet stuff far north, which could impact some deer hunters and those traveling for the holidays. So you got that to worry about. Plus, of course, you got everyone trying to drive or fly. The FAA is ready, they say.
It's going to be a busy week for us. The airlines, the travel sector in general, airports, TSA, FAA especially. For us, this week is our Super Bowl.
Yeah, the FAA administrator there bringing the wings. Someone else is bringing dip since it's the Super Bowl. Anyway, they're obviously prepared for this. As for the DOT, Secretary Sean Duffy says he thinks that things look good.
So if you're planning your travel, think about when you depart because the afternoons of those days are going to be busier than the rest.
So obviously you're worried about delays, cancellations when weather starts popping up in different areas. Duffy, though, continuing to remind people to dress nice.
Maybe dressing with some respect. Whether it's a pair of jeans and a decent shirt, I would encourage people to maybe dress a little better, which encourages us to maybe behave a little better.
I get what he's saying. I don't.
Well, yeah, the classic pajamas and the slippers and.
Yeah, but Debbie, I don't care what you wear as long as you land the plane on time.
Well,
as long as it's not delayed.
I want the people working to be wearing their uniforms. I'm saying the passengers.
Yeah.
Well, and part of it, he brought it up is to bring civility back to the skies. I mean, there has been a lot of reports over the last few years, kind of more unruly passengers. So I guess that's where kind of Duffy was going with
he's
that.
He's not wrong, and Debbie's right. Sometimes people are wearing clothes that you'd be embarrassed to wear in public. Just get me there on time. I can tolerate the other stuff, but I get it, but at the same time, I feel like we have higher priorities.
If we've got pilots wearing PJs, man, we got bigger problems.
6:15, we got a lot to get to in sports. We'll do it in 60 seconds.
You don't need a massive walk-in to have a beautiful, organized closet.
Tired of wasted space? Or that pile of shoes that's always hiding behind your closet door?
Abracadabra!
Inspired Closets is the expert at doubling or even tripling your storage space instantly.
It's like magic, but better, because it's custom designed for you.
We make it easy and affordable and transform your space regardless of its size or scope.
Get started today at InspiredClosetsMilwaukee.com.
Inspired Closets.
A wife and husband team.
Hey everybody, Debbie Lazaga here for Access Legal. I see firsthand how hard Wisconsin workers push themselves. From the construction crews on the roads that I monitor every day to the countless jobs that strain the body over time. For many, that wear and tear turns into real pain. My friends at Access Legal understand what you're going through and they want to help. Their team has recovered more than $35 million for Wisconsin workers, and they'll fight for the benefits you're entitled to as well. Worn down by work? Contact Access Legal for a risk-free consultation. That's AXIS Legal.
Time for an update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk.
Uh-oh.
So that'll do it on this one. It's going to be a tough loss for the Bucks here tonight, undoubtedly. 115-103, our final score. Milwaukee has now lost 5 consecutive games as the Portland.
Oh, no. 5 consecutive now the Bucks have lost, falling to the Blazers. Another home loss to boot. That's the 4th in a row there as they are mired now in this 5-game losing streak. Bobby Portis, what do you do now?
I mean, it's NBA, man. I was taught as a young rookie that, nobody's going to feel sorry for you. So you just got to keep doing the things that you do on a daily basis, same routine. Don't change up it's your routine. Keep the same routine, keep the same swag, keep the same energy, be you every day, and then things will start to turn around.
Okay.
I mean,
Really?
I feel like I went
sure?
when they played the Bulls, this was, I guess, 3 weeks ago now, but it felt like, man, the Bucks were rolling. They beat Chicago. They were one of the better teams, but it's been a rough couple weeks.
Without Giannis especially. Bobby Portis scored 20 of them in the first half. Neat moment at the game. Damian Lillard is back at Fiserv. The Bucks put together a little tribute video for him. He's not playing, of course, because of the torn Achilles, but neat to see Dame back. College basketball tonight. UWM hosts Dominican University, 6 p.m. tip. You can hear it on 101.7 The Truth.
Week 12 of the NFL finished up last night. Not a very competitive game. 49ers beat the Panthers 20-9. But Week 13 going to kick off with a big one. Thanksgiving Day, short week for the Packers and Lions, but it is a big matchup, a big divisional one to say the least. And some people wondering, coming off of a solid performance for the Packers, Detroit had to play in overtime to beat the Giants. Does that give Green Bay a little bit of an advantage just because the Lions had to play a little extra football? Head coach Matt LaFleur, he doesn't really think so, but kind of talked about the challenges of getting ready for this really good opponent.
Short week, quick turnaround, but it's the same for both teams. And bottom line is it's a really good football team that we're going against, obviously. I mean, they've won the North the last few years, and we've struggled against them, so I'm sure it's going to be a heck of a football game.
Now, Green Bay looking to possibly go 2-0. They beat Detroit to open up the season in Week 1. So, and these two teams, I think this is 2 of the last 3 seasons now have played on Thanksgiving, so they're used to this holiday matchup. Packers currently a 2.5-point underdog heading into Thursday. Okay. That's a noon kick.
And you usually get 3 points for being the home team, right?
I think we looked yesterday, so that's come down a little bit.
All right,
so
interesting.
Maybe a little money on the Packers.
6:19.
WTMJ's John Mercure here. I love my dogs, Bella and Baxter, an important part of our family. They're kind of like kids sometimes, and like kids, they weren't always listening, but I've got it figured out now. Thanks to Matt and his teams at Sit Means Sit Dog Training, our dogs are better behaved. They don't bark as much. They just listen better. They're happy, confident, obedient. Our house is a better house. Sit Means Sit Dog Training turned it around for us. Let them do the same for you. You can start with a free consultation. The website is sitmeanssitwaukesha.com. Sitmeanssitwaukesha.com.
Score the top gifts for the Brewers fan in your life this holiday season. Set them up for an epic 2026 season with the all-new Brewers Holiday Bundle featuring 4 ticket vouchers, loaded value concession credits, and an exclusive Brewers Holiday ornament starting at just $99. Finish shopping for even the youngest Brewers fans with the 2026 Kids Crew Kit, including one-of-a-kind Brewers merch, 6 ticket vouchers, a ballpark tour, and more, all for just $35. Grab every Brewers Holiday gift today at Brewers.com.
Lane's Farm and Fleet's Black Friday sale starts this Friday at 6 a.m. Now's your chance to save up to 50% or more on Friday-only super deals store-wide while supplies last. Like 60% off 26-piece Rubbermaid food storage sets, just $9.99. Select men's Nunn Bush slip-on shoes, half price. And 40-pound bags of Blaine's brand black oil sunflower seed, just $18.99. Don't miss your chance to save up to 50% or more during Blaine's Farm and Fleet's Black Friday sale starting at 6 a.m.
Hey, WTMJ's Erik Bilstad here, reminding you to subscribe to the Wisconsin's Morning News Podcast. We update it every day with every interview, every segment, every bit we do on the show.
Wait, we don't do bits on the show.
Throttle City, USA.
I was not ordering a pizza.
Yeah, because when you work for the local government, doing the bare minimum is doing your part.
All right, maybe we do some bits.
That is terrible.
Be sure you subscribe to the Wisconsin's Morning News Podcast, presented by Tri-County Contracting. All right, Debbie, still got an issue there?
Yeah, we do. We've got a couple of accidents. One on the eastbound side. That one is blocking the left lane. And delays are stretching back to the stadium interchange. And then on the westbound side, we've got the right lane blocked with another crash. So that one is backing things up back to about 22nd Street or so. More delays then right through the stadium interchange as well. The rest of the system is still looking pretty good, although volume is starting to pick up a little bit. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
We'll see a little bit of patchy drizzle and then a chance for some extended showers this afternoon. Breezy, a high up around 51. Tonight, we'll see a chance for maybe a little rain-snow mix. Blustery conditions, a low down to 32. Wednesday, mostly cloudy. We could see some snow showers throughout the day Wednesday. Certainly something to keep an eye on if you're planning to travel. High around 38 Wednesday. And then on Thursday for Thanksgiving, cloudy, windy, and chilly. Only a high of 31. 45 right now in Milwaukee.
Erik along with Neil Doyle. Vince is back Monday. A lot going on today at City Hall.
Happening today on Wisconsin's Morning News.
So the Common Council meets today. A couple of items to pay attention to. They got a lot on the slate, but a couple of ones that are sticking out to us. First, The council is expected to consider the historical designation of two venues that are run by the Wisconsin Center District. You may have heard this story about the UWM Panther Arena and the Miller High Life Theater. Now, at issue is members of the council aren't happy with the Wisconsin Center District considering the future of those buildings. So you may recall the Center District has a study in place. We'll learn about that study next year, about what could be done, what should be done, how sustainable are these two venues, and how much money would it take to keep them running and all of that. So at issue for the council today is whether or not council members should have more oversight and label these two venues as historic. And when you give it that designation, that would give the council more say in their future.
The only thing that what we do here today will accomplish is creating a process, a transparent, public process involving the redevelopment of two public buildings.
So that's Bob Bauman, alderman, of course. He was speaking during a zoning, neighborhood, and development committee meeting last week where they discussed the merits, and residents also testified for and against this designation. Now, Wisconsin Center District Chair Marty Brooks also testified. Now, remember, the district commissioning this study to learn more about this. We won't learn the results of that study until January 30th, but the district doesn't want historical designation because it's going to make things a lot more difficult when you add more red tape.
And I know Marty Brooks kind of said during that meeting as well, Alderman Bauman kind of speculating that, well, it's probably going to mean demolition. He said, hey, look, the study's not out yet. That's a little premature. Right. So he was kind of pushing back.
Mm-hmm. So Alderman Scott Spiker is also a committee member along with Bauman, and he asked Marty Brooks about one of the specific items that always has to be considered when you're looking at historical designation. Is the location a site of significant historic events? Is the location a site of a significant historic event? That's what he was asking about the Miller High Life Theater when he spoke to the Preservation Commission planner. Listen to what he asked and listen to how it was answered.
Mr. Askin, what events happened there?
Teddy Roosevelt's Bull Moose speech.
I'm not a presidential expert, but even I knew that one.
Yeah.
So isn't that a significant historic event, Mr. Brooks?
I would acknowledge it's a historic event that occurred in Milwaukee.
Wasn't the speech given, though, in a more precise location than Milwaukee?
Yes.
Where was the speech given?
In the auditorium.
Okay. And is that not the item that's before us?
I would say it was a historic event. I would not say it's, what's the word, significant.
Oh, well, that's interesting.
So it was clear that Spiker's leaning one way on this, and Booker Brooks pushing a little bit in the other. Whether or not you think Brooks's point is, yes, it was a historic event, but does it matter where the location was? And do you need to keep a building up because of that, right? Do you need to keep that building operating forever just because of this thing happening? I mean, that's for anyone to decide. It's not pushing one way or the other on this. So it was clear that this committee was going to vote to move this to the council for historic designation. And board member Bob Bauman says, like you heard earlier, not looking to stop development, but he did rip the Center District Board for being so secretive with all of this.
The Wisconsin Center District Board is not transparent. They do not hold public hearings. There's no opportunity for public comment at Wisconsin Center District Board meetings. I know this because I'm on the board.
Yeah, so Bauman's on the board. See, that's what's so funny, though. Wow, they're so secretive, even though I'm on the board. And they made the decision to commission this study months ago, and no one seemed to care until Tom Dakin put it in the paper. So, what's really happening here? Alderwoman, I should say, Malele Coggs, she's on the committee. She's also on the Wisconsin Center Board, and she made a very interesting point that they've actually tried to designate these areas as historic before, and it failed.
I think undeniably some great history on the building. I guess where I'm getting stuck is why they didn't designate it before.
I can only speculate. I was not the researcher on this. Andrew was. My suspicion would be the politics of the time.
Oh, okay, it's politics. So that's why it failed the first time they tried to do this. Interesting. It's always about politics. So anyway, you would anticipate the full Common Council will pass that today, but who knows? Also on the docket for today is the Milwaukee Police Association contract. And there's an anticipation that will pass. Obviously, this has been going back and forth all year. And you would assume that the Common Council will pass it, but I thought this was very interesting. Alderman Peter Bergelis was on Wisconsin's Afternoon News last week, and John said, hey, isn't this going to pass? And listen to his reaction. He says, hey, anything is possible, always.
You never know what is going to happen on Council Day. I thought the flag was going to pass last year.
Yep. Okay, the flag. And that didn't pass, obviously. So, yeah, who knows what will happen today, so we'll keep our eye on it. Milwaukee City Hall. News about your money, the WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. The futures are all down at the moment, all three indices in the red, 2 hours from the bell. Financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com. Much more to get to, including an update from ABC in 2 minutes on Wisconsin's Morning News at 6:28.
Hey, John Mercure here for Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living. It's kindness, it's compassion, it's very specialized training. Their mission is to transform the culture of care, and they're doing that every single day. I've been in their places. I've seen how they love and take care of people with cognitive decline, Alzheimer's, or other related dementia symptoms. In part at Azura, they do such a great job because their staff goes through specialized training. They're going to take great care of you. Locations throughout southeast Wisconsin, Wisconsin-based, family-owned. It's Azura.
No matter how many people are in your family, buying new jackets for the cold weather months can be expensive. But when you shop St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores, prices on cold weather jackets will give you a sigh of relief because thrift store prices mean great deals. And right now we have a great selection. Find great deals on cold weather jackets for the family at St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield, 23rd in Lincoln, and 76th and Bradley Road in Milwaukee.
You're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul.
Vince Vitrano for Landworks, Wisconsin. Time for dormant pruning. This is pruning that we do during the winter when the plants and trees have gone dormant, hence the name. Well, now's the time to start looking at the trees and shrubs around your house to see if those branches are scraping the siding or if things are just looking a bit too crowded. Dormant pruning puts less stress on the trees and bushes as they are not actively growing. That gives them more time to recover and use that energy in the springtime to grow. Start talking about a new patio anytime. Get started at landworkswisconsin.com.
Matt LePay for Steinhoffels. Steinhoffels is a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. Since 1934, Steinhoffels has been Wisconsin's furniture and mattress destination for quality, selection, and service. For over 90 years, Steinhoffels has helped Wisconsinites create the homes of their dreams and is 100% employee-owned. Steinhoffels has the largest selection of all the latest styles and all the best mattress brands. You'll find something for every style and every budget. Shop in-store or online at steinhoffels.com. Relax, it's Steinhoffels.
ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. Tens of thousands of planes in the air today filled with travelers trying to get somewhere for Thanksgiving. ABC Transportation correspondent Gio Benitez is at LaGuardia Airport in New York.
The FAA says that today is the busiest day with 52,000 flights expected. Now, we're told there is solid staffing at towers and control centers nationwide. The FAA is calling this week their Super Bowl. And it's really no surprise why, because the TSA thinks it's going to screen nearly 18 million people for the holiday.
A powerful line of storms slamming the south, multiple reports of tornadoes touching down north of Houston, extensive damage to about 100 homes reported. Russia launching a new wave of attacks on Ukraine's capital. At least 7 people were killed in strikes that hit energy infrastructure and city buildings in the capital of Kyiv. A federal judge dismissing criminal cases against both former FBI Director James Comey and Attorney General Letitia James, saying the prosecutor who filed the charges was appointed illegally. This is ABC News.
We're looking at a couple of accidents still up on the board. On 94 eastbound at 25th Street, we have the 2 left lanes blocked now because they're trying to clear up this accident that happened earlier. And then on westbound 94, right about at St. Paul Avenue, the right lane is blocked with yet another accident. So you do want to be extra careful heading through that area. Delays on the westbound side continue all the way through the Stadium Interchange to Holly Road. Eastbound's backed up to the Stadium Interchange. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Going to be foggy this morning in a couple of counties. Dodge, Walworth, Waukesha County, Jefferson County looking at a dense fog advisory. Otherwise, patchy drizzle, breezy with some showers later on, a high of 51. Tonight, a chance for a rain-snow mix, blustery, a low of 32. Right now, 45 at 6:32. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center. So what happens now once Morgan Geyser returns to Wisconsin? She's in Illinois right now in custody. Geyser escaped from a group home in Dane County where she was placed for her conditional release. But the Slenderman stabber will likely return to Waukesha County since that's where she was initially charged. District Attorney Leslie Basie.
Once Ms. Geyser is brought back to Waukesha County, it will be up to Department of Health Services whether they file a petition to revoke her conditional release. We are certainly hopeful that they do proceed with that. We fully support it.
She'll be in court for a hearing later this morning.
Some new information on the man police say was with Morgan Geyser as she fled her Wisconsin group home in Madison.
A police report obtained by WTMJ identifies the man as 43-year-old Chad Mecca of Janesville. In an interview with police, Mecca said he had met Geyser through Good Shepherd Lutheran Church in Madison and that the two plotted to escape after Mecca was denied visitation time with Geyser at her group home. The two took a bus from Madison to Chicago, according to the report, then walked to the village of Posen, where they ran out of money and were later arrested. Mecca was charged with trespassing and obstruction and released on a citation notice. Adam Roberts, WTMJ News.
Deadly plane crash near the Monroe Municipal Airport. Greene County Sheriff's Office responding to that area where that plane crashed into a gravel quarry and caught fire. Construction equipment in the quarry also caught fire. The NTSB is investigating.
Former high school teacher getting prison time for child sex crimes, 36-year-old Justin Liepert of Waukesha will serve 5 years after pleading guilty to child enticement and possessing child pornography. He used to teach at Wisconsin Lutheran High School when he met a 16-year-old boy working late on a theater production while at the school.
After naming a new CEO, financial experts are curious about third quarter earnings for Kohl's, which come out today. Annex Wealth Management CEO Dave Spano on WTMJ's Point Taken.
We're really going to have to take a look at that and see where Kohl's goes, for example. I mean, the stock has gone from, they had an offer at $60 a share not that long ago, got down to $5, trading about $15, $16 today. So are they on the road to recovery? We'll have to see.
Again, the third quarter numbers come out today.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 6:34.
Traffic sponsored by Mission 94 Firearms Education Center. Just Google Mission 94.
From those with no experience to firearms enthusiasts, all are welcome at Mission 94 Firearms Education Center. Learn the right way to handle firearms. Just Google Mission 94.
Coming up, the data center pushback isn't just in Wisconsin.
Get new Pella windows for the entire house as low as $297 a month with 0% interest for up to 60 months.
Ready for the snap and a timeout taken. The team looks a little bit lost. Let's bring in Gina Della from Pella. What's the winning game plan this month?
Wayne, the winning play is simple. A whole house of new windows as low as $297 a month with 0% interest for up to 6 years.
Wow, that's a drive you can sustain for years. No penalties, no interest. A championship move from Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
No doubt, Wayne. And unlike the opponent's defense, Pella Windows actually stopped the drafts.
The draft picks we gave up for number one had to be the steal of the century.
True, but I'm talking about replacing old drafty windows.
Roger that. With energy-efficient windows that keep the cold out, you'll stay as toasty as a fan at a warm weather preseason game.
Pay as low as $297 a month for a whole house of new Pella windows.
Don't sit on the sidelines, folks. Make your move today.
Schedule your free consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. It's 11/30/2025.
We all have one. That junk drawer, old keys, dead batteries, a phone charger from 2008. But somewhere in there are the tools you actually need. They're just buried in the clutter. For many people, their finances look the same way. Scattered, outdated, unproductive. A financial junk drawer. At Annex Wealth Management, we help you clean out that junk drawer. Organize what matters, eliminate what doesn't, and plan with purpose. And we'll do it as a fee-only fiduciary. Start today at AnnexWealth.com. That's Annex Wealth Management.
WTMJ's Vince Vitrano talking with Dr. Mike Nolte at Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. Doc, a lot of people are hesitant to visit a surgeon for spine care.
The good news is that the vast majority of patients that I see and the majority of conditions that I can see can be successfully treated without surgery. And I don't want patients to think that just because you're seeing a spine surgeon means that you're going to be signing up for surgery. We talk about, in my clinic, kind of a plan A, a plan B, and a plan C.
Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin, there is a difference. orthowisconsin.com.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 6:37.
A 5-game losing streak. So what do you do? Bobby Portis weighs in at 6:45.
And we've talked about these AI data centers here in Wisconsin. There's been clearly some pushback from different community members and communities where these data centers are going, but it's not just happening here in Wisconsin. Lots of other these protests and kind of, people calling these data centers out happening across the country. One of the latest ones down in Georgia, in DeKalb County, right outside Atlanta. There's a 1 million square foot center being proposed there, but a lot of people showing up saying, we don't want it. And of course, these facilities, people say, the electricity, the amounts that they'll pull, kind of the strain on the power grid is why people don't want them. One of the residents down there in Atlanta, Patricia Davidson, she's basically saying these data centers are just taking over.
So-called broligarchs are doing everything they can to shove this down all Americans and other country people's throat as if this is inevitable, and all that it's about is that they want to make trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars.
There's been so much pushback down there in DeKalb County, right outside Atlanta, that the commissioners there, the county commissioners, actually have now paused any new data center applications coming in. They said, well, we got to create some better rules. This is obviously a very rapidly growing industry.
Yeah.
I mean, not just here in Wisconsin. This is happening nationwide.
6:39.
Box elders, Asian lady beetles, stink bugs, spiders, centipedes. Vince Vitrano for local pest defender, the Bug Man, and Queen Bee. You've still got time for a treatment to get rid of these creepy crawlies before your holiday guests see them. Even worse, critters. Ugh. Bug Man and Queen Bee do the full rodent inspection. Find where they might be getting in and stop them. And if it's mice, moles, rats already inside, Adam and his team can get them out. Local, family, veteran-owned and operated. 20% off your first service when you tell them Vinny sent you. Bugman, QueenBee.com.
John, what are you doing? Get in my car. So why are you walking to work? Thanks, man. It's these insanely high gas prices. They're draining my bank account. I can't afford to drive anymore. Dude, don't walk. Just do what I do, because I never pay full price for gas anymore. I use the free Upside app that pays you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy. Oh, wait. You're telling me you get paid cash when you buy gas with the Upside app? Yes, I get real cash back every time I buy gas. Does that actually add up to anything? I'll make around $200. Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the free Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code PROFIT for an extra 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's promo code PROFIT. You can cash out anytime right to your bank account, to PayPal, or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code PROFIT for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code PROFIT.
Give the gift of a special night out from the Bartolotta restaurants. Purchase a gift card at Bartolottas.com and get a $20 holiday bonus for every $100 you spend. Happy holidays from all of us at the Bartolotta restaurants, and thank you, Milwaukee.
Give the perfect holiday gift this season, a Bartolotta gift card, providing memorable experiences for nearly 30 years. Purchase yours at Bartolottas.com. That's Bartolottas.com.
Trouble on the roads already, Debbie Lazaga, eh?
Yeah, we still have an accident westbound 94 at St. Paul Avenue with the right lane blocked. The one on the eastbound side has been cleared, though, so at least we got that going for us. Unfortunately, we also have a crash now westbound 94 right about at Mitchell Boulevard, and that one has the left lane blocked. So it's going to be a slow one coming up out from about 25th Street all the way to about Hawley Road. Eastbound's backed up from 70th Street to Hawley Road, and then a little bit past the Stadium interchange all the way to 35th. We've also got northbound 41 backing up now between North Avenue and Burleigh. Southbound, past Hampton Avenue, we do have the right shoulder blocked with a broken down vehicle. Luckily, it is out of traffic, so you should be able to get past that. Southbound is nice and clear right now. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast for today: patchy drizzle, breezy with some evening showers likely. Temperatures topping out in the low 50s. Then behind the cold front tonight, a chance of a rain-snow mix turning cold and blustery. Lows around the freezing mark. Mostly cloudy and windy for our Wednesday. Snow showers likely, not much in the way of accumulations. Highs in the mid to upper 30s. Mostly cloudy, windy, and chilly on Thursday. High of 31. We'll bring some more sunshine back on Friday. High near 30. Snow showers likely by Saturday with highs highs in the low 30s. I'm meteorologist Brendan Johnson with the Storm Team forecast on WTMJ.
642. Traffic brought to you by the Bartolotta Restaurants. Also should point out, there's a winter storm warning going to kick in northern Wisconsin into tomorrow. Looking at 6 inches, and it looks like it could be blizzard-like conditions tonight into tomorrow in northern Wisconsin. So near the Minneapolis area in that stretch, there's just something to be mindful of. I know a lot of people travel up that way during the Thanksgiving Day holiday. Erik, Bilstad along with Neil Doyle. Big one today.
Happening today.
That's right. A pardon of all pardons taking place in Washington.
Good morning, Mr. Gobble. This is the front desk with your 6 a.m. wake-up call.
That's right. 2 turkeys are waking up at a hotel in Washington this morning. Waddle and Gobble ahead of their big pardon.
Reminder, check out Isn't It Noon? You'll find the USA Today outside your door.
All right. Okay. Believe it or not, yes, Waddle and Gobble are actually staying at the posh Willard International Hotel right now.
And they won't be in cages. They'll be enjoying the soft mattresses and other luxuries of their upscale hotel room.
I don't know if they... Do you need to let them out of the cages? Do they really know what's nice and what's posh? Can't we just keep the birds in the cage so they don't make a mess?
They get up on that bed. They're like, wow, this is nice.
Given that they look up when it's raining and then drowned, I don't think so.
So there's actually video of them in their posh hotel room. So, I like a free-range bird as much as the next guy, but this seems a little bit over the top. But they are enjoying this because they get to be pardoned later on today. Gobble and Waddle. They actually even brought them in. A bellboy had them in, brought them in on a luggage rack, moved them all the way into their hotel room.
It's first-class service.
Would you want to be the guest staying in that hotel room?
Well,
who was in here before
or the
us,
ones
honey?
after.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Afterward, there's feathers in the bathtub.
If I get a little discount, if they give me the forewarning, hey, there were some turkeys in here. Okay, you're knocking the price down.
A couple of turkeys, then who knows? If
Smells funny.
They're having a big night. They're throwing furniture out the window. Who knows? They're pardoned now. So these 2 birds, after they're pardoned today at the White House by President Trump, they will then live a life of luxury. These 2 will be staying at the prestigious Department of Poultry Science at North Carolina State University for the rest of their days. So going to be treated with the good life, maybe get a good education as well. It says here Waddle weighs in at 52 pounds, and according to his official White House bio, Waddle enjoys Bojangles biscuits and making birdies at Pinehurst No. 2. So it looks like these 2 will be enjoying themselves, a tradition like none other.
Turkeys are living a better life than me. Come on.
Right. Yeah, how does that make you feel right there?
Good morning, Mr. Gobble. This is the front desk. Your appointment with Mr. Waddle will be in the conference room at 9 a.m.
Vince Vitrano here. Don't let your hard-earned vision benefits go to waste. Get new eyewear at Shopco Optical. Now is the time to use up your FSA funds and insurance dollars before they expire December 31st. Whether you need new glasses, contacts, prescription sunglasses, or an eye exam, now is the time to visit Shopco Optical. Shopco's knowledgeable team will guide you through every step, making sure you get the most from your pre-tax dollars. Don't wait. Call or visit shopco.com to schedule today.
It's here. Black Friday deals are live at Fox World Travel, and your next adventure is waiting. Set sail with Viking or Holland America. Fly away with Delta Vacations. Explore Europe with Insight or Globus. Or unwind in luxury with Classic Vacations. From sun-soaked beaches to breathtaking rivers and historic cities, there's a trip for every dreamer. Call 866-GO-FOX-GO or visit foxworldtravel.com. These exclusive partner deals won't last long.
Time for an update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk.
Week 12 of the NFL finished up last night. Kind of a snoozer. 49ers beat the Panthers 20-9, but we could have a very exciting one to kick off Week 13. Thanksgiving Day, first game of the triple header on Thanksgiving, a NFC North matchup, Packers in Detroit to take on the Lions. 2 teams obviously very familiar with each other in the same division, but these 2 have played each other quite a bit on Thanksgiving Day. This is now the 23rd time these 2 teams have played on the holiday, and that includes 2 of the last 3 seasons. Lions overall on Thanksgiving hold the better record. They're 12-9-1 against the Packers on Thanksgiving Day, but Green Bay trying to change that. It is a short week for both teams, so we'll see how they kind of go into this one, head coach Matt LaFleur.
I don't say anything's ever an advantage when you go against a really good football team. I mean, they're one of the premier teams in the National Football League for a reason. I think they got great coaches. I think they got great players, great schemes. So it'll be a great challenge for us, but one our guys will be ready for.
And LaFleur kind of talking about, would there be an advantage? Detroit had to play that overtime game on Sunday, a little extra football, but he says, I don't really think so. Green Bay currently a 2.5-point underdog heading into this big Thanksgiving Day matchup, noon kick in Detroit.
Kind of wish the Niners would have lost that game on Monday night. Right?
Yeah, it would have really helped everybody in the NFC North.
You're right, all of those teams in the North. Trouble at Fiserv Forum. The Bucs fall again to the Blazers, 115-103. This is their first 4-game home losing streak since last April, and it's their first 5-game losing streak since the start of last season. So, not good. Bobby Portis, what's up?
Just because things aren't going great now doesn't mean that in the near future we won't go on a 5-game win streak, 6-game win streak. So just keep your same routine, keep your same rhythm, be happy, have fun. That's the biggest thing. Have fun when you play the game. Basketball is supposed to be fun.
And get Giannis back. That probably would help as well. So they lose again. It was neat seeing Damian Lillard back at Fiserv. He's not playing for the Blazers because he's got that torn Achilles, but came back anyway. Next 2 games are NBA Cup games. So we got one Wednesday in Miami. The other is Friday in New York. So 2 tough games coming up here as the Bucs continue to be mired in this losing streak. Other college basketball news to share. We have UWM hosting Dominion tonight, 6 p.m. tip on 101.7 The Truth. 6:49. So Thanksgiving Day means traditions, whether it's football, whether it's eating, whether it's shopping, but there are some other traditions that are starting to pop up and get more and more popular year after year. We'll explain next.
Hey, it's John McGivern here. You know I love Network Health. One of the reasons is that they're local and they understand how important that is. Their exceptional customer service isn't just words on a page. It's what they do. It's what they've always done for over 41 years. Call 833-7-NETWORK today. HMO and POS plans underwritten by Network Health Plan. Compensation has been provided for using this endorsement of Network Health.
Hi, WTMJ's Sandy Max here. What makes living at 3 Pillars so special? Well, let's hear from my friends, Bill and Patty, a couple living quite happily on their campus.
It's a large campus. There's bicycle trails. There's ponds that they can go fishing in.
It's a big family-oriented organization. We go down and have meals together. We sit and chat. The meals are excellent. 3 Pillars, it's just a fantastic place to live.
Schedule a tour today at 3pillars.org.
Hi, it's David Nason from The Fix-It Show on WTMJ. Every Saturday morning, we talk about keeping your home in top shape. One issue I hear all the time, wet basements and foundation problems.
And that's where Accurate Basement Repair comes in. I'm Chris Mancuso, and for over 20 years, we've been The Fix-It Show's trusted experts in foundation repair and waterproofing.
Don't wait until the problem gets worse. Visit AccurateBasementRepair.com.
Accurate Basement Repair.
We're not just good, we're accurate. Catch Accurate Basement Repair on The Fix-It Show and WTMJ.com.
Your way inside the huddle.
Hut 1, hut 2.
Without putting on any pads. It's Green and Gold Insiders on Wisconsin's Afternoon News.
The opposite shoulder, obviously quarterbacks always protect that throwing shoulder. So when they take a hit on that opposite shoulder, you're always a little nervous.
Every day of the regular season at 4:15. It's Green and Gold Insiders all season long, right here on WTMJ. WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
The roads are a mess. Let's get right to it. Debbie Lazaga.
Alrighty, westbound 94, right about at St. Paul Avenue. We do have the right lane blocked with a crash. Beyond that, it stays heavy all the way to about Hawley Road. Right about at Mitchell Boulevard, though, there's also the left lane blocked with an accident there. So just be careful with that. Eastbound's going to be backed up a bit from about 76th Street to Hawley Road. A little bit more going through the stadium interchange. We've also got northbound 41 from North Avenue all the way up to Burleigh is going to be a bit of a backup. Southbound starting to slow down from just south of Appleton Avenue down past Hampton. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Your forecast sponsored by Dave Drake Heating.
Some patchy drizzle early on. We could see showers later in the afternoon, a high of 51. Tonight, chance for a little rain-snow mix, a low down to 32. Cloudy skies Wednesday, going to be windy, and we could see some snow throughout the day, a high around 38. Thursday for Thanksgiving, cloudy and chilly, a high of just 31. And then Friday, sunny skies with highs in the low 30s, 46 right now in Milwaukee.
It appears to be a Thanksgiving tradition that's growing more and more. More and more people are doing it. I'm not talking about food, football, or shopping. The Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel's Lori Nickel joins us. Lori, I'm talking turkey trot. There's tons of these now.
There's tons and tons. I mean, Festival Foods in Wisconsin alone has a dozen in the cities all over the state. And it is the most popular running day in the country all year long. The most amount of people come out and run. But people need to remember that there's walks too. Not only can you walk the same distance if you want to, but a lot of these events create like a 5 or 3.1 mile run or a 2 mile walk. So there's a lot of options.
I mean, I feel like the turkey trot, Lori's been around forever, whether, wherever they may be. But why have they gotten so big? You just said it's the busiest running day of the year.
Why?
Well, because in 2020 and 2021, everything was canceled. Every race everywhere and every event was canceled. So something like the turkey trot, it was interesting. People wondered if they would come back because it is not big like the Milwaukee Lakefront Marathon or something like that, right? It's kind of a special event. But it not only has it come back, it's grown so much in the last 2 years that they're seeing, in some places 19 to 30% growth of additional races and additional runners. And the biggest demographic, interestingly, is people ages 30 to 39. So I think maybe some of the people in their 30s who didn't maybe run as much before and didn't have these opportunities before now are seeing the event and are turning out. But it's one of those things too. It's a family event. You're going to see, 3 generations sometimes on the same walk. But what I like about it is it's also a single person event. You can show up just by yourself if you want to. And why does that matter? The holidays aren't always great for everybody. Sometimes they're sad or depressing or a little bit lonely or whatever it is. You could show up to a run with just tennis shoes and headphones or whatever. There's no pressure or whatever. So it really is kind of for everybody.
Lori Nickel joins us on Wisconsin's Morning News. So my oldest, my freshman in college, is back today, and he wants to take part in a turkey trot, I know, on Thursday morning. Another thing that he's doing, Lori, that I thought of you about is because this is also becoming more and more popular all the time. He's participating in a Friendsgiving. He's doing the whole, it's going to hang out with our friends and I'll bring a dish. And he's 19 years old. I was shocked that was already a thing that he's going to do.
That's awesome. That's really, we have a Friendsgiving too. I'm surprised he's so young. Didn't you just come from being around all your friends in college? That's really,
right.
That's great. Is it at your house? Or
it is not. Actually, well, so ironically, it's on Thursday night, which Greg says is crazy. He says that you shouldn't have a Friendsgiving on actual Thanksgiving night. He
Rookie
says,
mistake.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. But yeah, he's just coming back and they're all going to do it together.
See, ours is Friday. It's again all with all my girlfriends at the gym, and it's the day after, and it's like some girls are doing the nice Black Friday shopping, and after that, I will go meet them at lunch so we can decompress and talk about everything. That also, I've seen more and more of that, and It's interesting the groups that collaborate with that. But this time, we're not meeting at the gym. Usually, we meet at class and then go out to lunch. And we're just going to skip the gym this time and go straight to the Mexican restaurant. So
sounds all right.
I hope your kid has a good time.
Well, I don't know. Maybe your son Eric's already starting a trend. Just do the turkey trot and have Friendsgiving all in the same day.
It's perfect. This should be a no stress day. It should be eating and Packers and fitness and movement and socializing and all that stuff. I'm not doing the stress this year.
Hey, I know we got to let you go here in a sec, but I'm just curious, did you ever do the Detroit game? Did you ever have to zip down there for the Thanksgiving Day? And is that a unique day? Is that a pretty neat event nationally to be there to see it?
Oh, totally. And Michigan, they're so welcoming, and it's a huge rivalry among the fans. You have to watch your etiquette a little bit, I think. That is, put it on your bucket list if you've never done that. That is really, really, really special. And they don't really rival our tailgating. They have their own unique pockets of things that they do and little traditions and stuff. So if you go, you have to go early to sample everything, for sure, with the fans.
Well, happy Thanksgiving, Lori, to you. So thankful
you.
of your friendship. So I appreciate you very much.
Oh, so much to you, too. Thanks, Eric. Thanks, Neil. Take care.
6:57, business headline sponsored by the Horicon Bank. Together doing good. HoriconBank.com, the natural choice.
These are your business headlines from the Milwaukee Business Journal.
Kohl's Corporation names former board chairman Michael Bender CEO. Bender has led the department store chain on an interim basis since this spring. A developer is withdrawing their demolition permit for the Holy Ghost Tabernacle Missionary Baptist Church in Brewers Hill. The developer, Ryan Pate, is looking to sell the church, which he purchased in 2023 for $400,000. The investment arm of the family that owns Milwaukee-based Right Height acquires a vacant 24-acre parcel in Franklin for $3.6 million. Six Sibs Capital bought the property that adjoins a Crohn's Inc. logistics center that is scheduled to open in early 2026. I'm Logan Hansen from MilwaukeeBusinessJournal.com on 620 WTMJ.
Doing banking differently since 1896. Greg Matzik here for Horicon Bank. Think about that for a second. Over 100 years of focus on the community and your business. At Horicon Bank, financing requests can be approved in days, not weeks, because your banker understands you and your business. And yes, Horicon Bank is expanding, but they've not lost that community-minded feel. I trust Horicon Bank. I've connected with Horicon Bank, and I invite you to do the same. It's Horicon Bank, truly the natural choice, member FDIC.
Blaine's Farm and Fleet's Black Friday sale starts this Friday at 6 a.m. Now's your chance to save up to 50% or more on Friday-only super deals store-wide while supplies last. Like 60% off 26-piece Rubbermaid food storage sets, just $9.99. Half off assorted scent killer hunting products from Wildlife Research Center. And get our Black Friday price on Real Truck bed covers, $120 off after a $50 rebate. Don't miss your chance to save up to 50% or more during Blaine's Farm and Fleet's Black Friday sale starting at 6 a.m.
A blizzard of $300,000 in prizes is rolling into Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee. It's Arctic action. One in, step one, earn entries with your rewards card December 1st through the 18th. Step two, show up for Thursday drawings. Step three, be ready for a chance to pick from a weekly prize board. As a bonus, there'll be a jackpot drawing for the leftover prizes. Arctic action, only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
Do you have a spot that's too cold in the winter, but if you jack up the heat, the rest of the house is too warm? Vince Vitrano for USA Insulation. Time to get Jeff and his team out to your house. Proper insulation from USA forms a thermal barrier that maintains warmth in the winter and coolness in the summer. Time to get in on thousands of dollars of government efficiency credits. Jeff and his team at USA Insulation find the grants, rebates, reductions, and they discount the cost of your project up front. Get started at usainsulation.net.
USA Insulation. Alleviate your pain, rejuvenate your life.
Rejuvenex.com. Trusted, relevant, locally owned, locally programmed. We are Wisconsin's radio station. News Radio 620, WTMJ Milwaukee.
7:01, I'm Erik Bilstad. This is Wisconsin's Morning News for Tuesday, November 25th. Our top story, awaiting extradition back to Wisconsin.
I'm Neil Doyle, in for Vince Vitrano. Tentative agreement on a peace deal.
I'm Debbie Lazaga. All the accidents on 94 are cleared up. We do have delays, though, westbound from 20th Street all the way to Holly Road, eastbound from 84th Street to Holly Road, northbound 41 backing up between North Avenue and Burleigh, and southbound's backed up from just before Appleton Avenue all the way down to Hampton. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Quite a bit foggy in some counties. Fond du Lac, Walworth, Waukesha, Jefferson counties have a dense fog advisory. Patchy drizzle today. Showers later on, a high of 51. Tonight could see a rain-snow mix in there. Right now, 46 degrees at 7:02. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, Slenderman perpetrator Morgan Geyser is awaiting extradition back to Wisconsin. She will have a hearing later this morning. Now, Geyser's in custody in Illinois after police in Posen, which is south of Chicago, found her and a man sleeping at a truck stop Sunday night. They were out on the sidewalk. Next, it's up to the State Department of Health Services to consider revoking her conditional release, which she just got this year. Waukesha County Assistant DA Abby Nicolay.
It's extremely concerning that you would so blatantly violate a very, very simple condition, which is to stay in a placement and keep a bracelet on.
Geyser allegedly cut off her GPS monitor before fleeing her group home Saturday night. It'll be up to the Dane County DA to consider filing charges for tampering with that tracking device.
The Greenfield police chief, accused of installing a city-owned pole camera outside of his personal residence, will stand trial.
Jay Johnson is charged with misconduct and inconsistent duty. An amended criminal complaint adds the charge of felony destroying data because Johnson allegedly deleted text messages related to the situation off of his department-issued phone before giving it back. The state called Special Agent Scott Marlock to testify.
City attorney said that Mr. Johnson or Chief Johnson should not hang the camera, citing legal reasons.
Johnson once again pled not guilty to all charges. He's back in court on January 15th. Elizabeth Linton and WTMJ News.
Ukraine's government has agreed to a peace deal brokered by the White House.
I'm Vicki Barker at the Foreign Desk in London. We understand U.S. Army Secretary Dan Driscoll is in Abu Dhabi to meet with Russian officials there. But any Russian yes can only come from Moscow and from President Vladimir Putin himself. And Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov has already said Moscow will walk away from any proposal that differs substantially from the Alaska Accord, which would have seen Ukraine giving up territory the Russians hadn't taken yet.
Ukraine's President Zelensky could travel to Washington within days.
The Justice Department poised to appeal rulings dismissing cases against former FBI Director James Comey and New York State Attorney General Letitia James. News Nation's Tom Dempsey has more.
The judge said the lead prosecutor for the federal government, Lindsay Halligan, was unlawfully appointed after the interim U.S. attorney before her resigned amid pressure to charge Comey. Comey faced charges for allegedly lying in front of Congress about the FBI's handling of the investigation into alleged Russian collusion with the Trump campaign during the 2016 presidential election. James, meanwhile, faced mortgage fraud allegations. They both pleaded not guilty in their cases.
There are questions about whether Comey could be charged again because the judge says the statute of limitations has run out.
Identifying the man who died after crashing into a house on Milwaukee's south side, David Lopez Perez hit a home early Saturday morning, 29 years old. The medical examiner says a porch collapsed onto his vehicle. Speeding and driving under the influence were likely factors in that crash. Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time 7:05. Coming up, travel tips if you're heading to the airport.
This report is brought to you by Siding Unlimited. It's siding and a whole lot more. Visit sidingunlimited.com.
For 31 years, WTMJ homeowners have trusted Siding Unlimited to transform their homes into dream homes. From windows and doors to siding, roofing, and decks, our team delivers craftsmanship that lasts. Because we're not just remodeling homes, we're building relationships. Hi, I'm Erik Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited. We started right here in Milwaukee, and after 3 decades, we're still guided by the same family values that help us deliver quality, honesty, and local pride. Whether you're ready for a full exteriors facelift or just replacing a couple windows and a door, trust the team that's been serving Wisconsin families for generations. For siding, roofing, windows, and doors, let Milwaukee's National Contractor of the Year, Siding Unlimited, give you a free estimate and start the process today. Call 262-567-4513 or go to sidingunlimited.com. That's sidingunlimited.com.
Hi, this is Michelle Voskel, CPA and team member at the Neal Group. As we get closer to the end of the year, what can you do to make sure you are not paying more in taxes than you have to? What deductions are commonly overlooked? What new items were created by the new tax law? How will the changes affect you? Are you using all the strategies available to reduce your taxes? You still have time to get your financial records in order to make sure you don't pay more in taxes than you absolutely have to. Avoiding taxes is perfectly fine. Evading taxes can land you in prison. Remember last year when you said never again? Don't do the same thing this year and expect different results. You earned it. We help you keep it. Call 414-325-2040 now to set up a meeting to see how you can take advantage of all the tax laws. Don't be surprised again on April 15th. The first meeting is free. That's 414-325-2040 or visit us at neilgroup.net. That's Neal Group.net.
The perfect gift this holiday season, waiting at Higher Love Cannabis Company in Menominee, Michigan, just across the Wisconsin border. Stock up on award-winning, organically grown products you can trust, now with incense, apparel, and more. And don't forget to say hi to Sasquatch on your way through. Order at findhigherlove.com/CBD.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 7:07.
Uh-oh. Trouble at Fiserv. Much more coming up in sports at 7:15.
So we head into Thanksgiving, a chance to hand out some turkeys to those in need.
Hundreds packed the drive-thru at Milwaukee's MLK Community Center for its annual Thanksgiving turkey giveaway. Director Demetria McCullum says one moment from years ago still drives her to keep doing this work.
She couldn't afford to buy anything else, but her money would allow the cans of soup and any more beef stew. That's what she was eating. She got a turkey big enough that she stretched it for a week and made turkey soup, turkey salad, whatever she said she was making. But that made me realize I have to keep doing this.
Nice Spencer, WTMJ News.
Today could be one of the busiest days of the year when it comes to travel. 52,000 flights are scheduled at Milwaukee's airport. Some advice for you.
Mitchell International says about 200,000 passengers will fly through Milwaukee between Wednesday and Sunday. Although there are no longer government shutdown-related issues, the airport strongly encourages passengers to sign up for text alerts with their airline for any flight status changes. They recommend arriving 2 hours before your departure time, and those looking to park can use the MKE Smart Park app. New this year is the Real ID requirement and the new TSA policy that does not require passengers to remove their shoes. Jessica Gatso, WTMJ News.
Prosecutors in New York say they've broken up an alleged ring of porch pirates operating in a suburb of New York City. Those involved are accused of using insider information to track and steal Federal Express boxes of smartphones and other electronic devices. More from ABC's Aaron Katursky.
Authorities in suburban New York say it's a sophisticated criminal network of porch pirates targeted mobile phones and knew when FedEx was dropping them off because they'd gained access to inside information. Prosecutors say the thieves knew exactly what boxes to target because in many instances they placed the orders themselves using fake names but real addresses of unsuspecting homeowners. The stolen phones were allegedly taken to a stash house in garbage bags, then resold in the U.S. and internationally.
Prosecutors say 14 people have been charged.
7:09. The roads have been a mess this morning. We check in with Debbie Lozica here in 1 minute. This portion of the show is sponsored by Annex Wealth Management's Money Talk. It's heard Saturdays at 10 right here on WTMJ.
When it comes to your money, confidence starts with clarity, and clarity starts with knowledge. That's where Annex Wealth Management comes in. Annex hosts engaging educational events all year long, covering retirement planning, strategies, estate portfolios, long-term care, and more. Whether you're just starting or preparing to retire, these events are designed to help you make smart, informed decisions.
I'm Dave Spano, CEO of Annex Wealth Management. We believe education is the foundation of a strong financial plan. That's why we offer a wide range of complimentary workshops and webinars that are open to the public and that are built to inform and not sell. It's part of our commitment as a fee-only fiduciary, always acting in your best interest.
From investment management to tax planning and estate strategies, Annex Wealth helps you take control of your financial future. And with events happening regularly, online and in person, there's always something new to discover. Explore what's coming up or watch past events on demand at annexwealth.com. Annex Wealth Management. Know the difference.
7-Eleven, boy, what a ride so far, Debbie Lozica.
Yeah, it's been a little spicy out there. You want to be extra careful as you're driving around, especially some of those side roads. Remember, they're collecting a lot of the leaves, and wet roads and leaves do not really go together. Slippery. So, back onto the freeways, though. We do have delays from 25th Street all the way to Holly Road. Eastbound is backed up from before 76th Street to Hawley Road. We've got a broken down vehicle on the off-ramp to Watertown Plank Road from northbound 41. We've also got delays on northbound between North Avenue and Burleigh. No other accidents up on the board, but you do want to be extra careful out there driving around with those wet roads, like I mentioned. Be extra careful. We do have delays on eastbound 894 from about 60th Street all the way past Loomis. So that's another little bunch there. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast for today, a bookend chance for rain showers first in the morning and then again late this evening. Temperatures topping out in the low 50s. We'll look for a chance of a rain-snow mix after a frontal boundary moves by tonight, turning blustery with lows in the low 30s. It is mostly cloudy, windy for our Wednesday. Snow showers likely with highs in the mid and upper 30s. Cloudy, windy, and chilly for Thanksgiving Day, high of 31. The sunshine is back on Friday with a high near 30 degrees. And then we'll look for another chance of snow showers on Saturday with highs in the low 30s. I'm meteorologist Brendan Johnson with the Storm Team forecast on WTMJ.
45 degrees at 7:12.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee, this is Wisconsin's Morning News. Now, here are your hosts, Erik Bilstad and Neil Doyle.
Erik and Neil here till 10 a.m. Lots to get to this morning, including something that's happening in Illinois.
Happening today.
Authorities will begin the extradition process later this morning for Morgan Geyser, 23 years old, charged when she was 12 with attempted homicide of Peyton Leitner to appease the fictional character Slender Man. You may recall the story from 2014. Well, she was found in suburban Chicago over the weekend after police in Madison say she broke her GPS monitoring device and took off from her group home. Adam Roberts has the story.
Morgan is your first name, right?
Yes.
G-E-Y-S-E-R.
No. Let me say goodbye, please.
Okay, we will.
New body cam footage released by the Posen, Illinois Police Department shows authorities interacting with Morgan Geyser and an acquaintance identified as 43-year-old Chad Mecca of Janesville at a Thornton's gas station Sunday evening. According to a police report, Geyser originally gave authorities the fake name Stephanie Grease, but upon pressing, revealed her true identity.
You're being honest with me?
I'm being honest. That's my name. Trust me, I didn't want to give it to you. Okay. You'll see why in a second. According to the report, Geyser and Mecca became acquainted through Good Shepherd Church in Madison. After the state had denied Mecca a formal request to visit Geyser at her group home on the city's south side, he had snuck in the home multiple times to meet her, according to the report. Geyser told police she cut her ankle monitor with a pair of scissors and that the two had discussed fleeing as far away as Nashville, Tennessee. But the pair ran out of money after first taking a bus from Madison to Chicago and then walking the roughly 25 miles south to Posen. Police Chief William Alexander.
They were sleeping on the ground with multiple bags around them of clothing like they've been traveling.
Geyser is currently being held at a Cook County, Illinois facility awaiting an extradition hearing scheduled for 11 o'clock this morning. Once she returns to Wisconsin, she will be taken to Waukesha County pending any formal charges issued by the Dane County District Attorney in Madison. As for the conditional release plan agreed to in September that had landed Geyser in her group home in the first place, any revocation request of that plan would have to come from the State Department of Health Services. Waukesha County District Attorney Leslie Basie says if that request is made, it will have her office's full support.
It will be up to Department of Health Services whether they file a petition to revoke her conditional release. We will be fully supporting a petition if one is filed.
Adam Roberts, WTMJ News.
7:15, sports in a minute.
So you've decided to get a new mattress, but what about new pillows? I mean, your pillows have been through a lot. Constant flipping, greasy hair, and so much drool. And let's face it, your old pillow has more lumps than Aunt Judy's holiday gravy. This Black Friday, Hasseless Mattress has your back, along with your head and neck, too. Through December 2nd, purchase a new Sealy Posturepedic or Beautyrest mattress, and Hasseless will give you a free adjustable base and a pair of super supportive and incredibly comfortable pillows. Plus, since Hasseless showrooms are employee-free, our prices on Beautyrest and Sealy Posturepedic are way less. Others sell a Queen Emeryville A for $1,374, but Hasseless has it for only $1,086. And for Black Friday, now through December 2nd, we're throwing in a free adjustable base and 2 free pillows. Free next day delivery, too. Who knows? You may be one good pillow away from becoming a morning person. Find an employee-free showroom near you at Hasselist.com.
Hey, don't forget, we have another WTMJ Trivia Showdown next Wednesday. So not tomorrow night, but next Wednesday, December 3rd. It's John Mercure and Julia Fellow. They will be at Left's Lucky Town in Wauwatosa. Presented by Quizmaster Trivia, benefiting Capco's Kids to Kids Toy Drive. See you there next Wednesday at Left's.
Time for an update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk.
Uh-oh. Not good.
So that'll do it on this one. It's going to be a tough loss for the Bucks here tonight, undoubtedly. 115-103, our final score. Milwaukee has now lost 5 consecutive games.
No. A 5-game losing streak, 4 games at home. That should not happen. Bucks mired in this losing streak. So what do you do, Bobby Portis?
I mean, it's NBA, man. I was taught as a young rook that nobody's gonna feel sorry for you. So you just gotta keep doing the things that you do on a daily basis. Same routine. Don't change up it's your routine. Keep the same routine. Keep the same swag. Keep the same energy. Be you every day, and then things will start to turn around.
All right, you promise? Portis scoring 22 points in the game. 20 of them though in the first half. Didn't see much of him in the second. Neat moment, though, seeing Damian Lillard back at Fiserv. Bucks put together a little tribute video for him. He's not playing, of course, because of his torn Achilles. College basketball, UWM hosts Dominion tonight, 6 p.m. tip on 101.7 The Truth.
Short week for the Pack, but a big-time matchup. Thanksgiving Day in Detroit. Two teams trying to stay atop the NFC North, trying to keep pace with the Chicago Bears, who are currently in first place. Now, some people think, well, the Packers could have an advantage going into this early game in the week. Partially, the Lions playing that overtime game Sunday, so maybe a little fresher for the Pack, but a lot of challenges, not only with the short week, but just getting ready for a good opponent.
Short week, quick turnaround, but it's the same for both teams, and bottom line is it's a really good football team that we're going against, obviously. I mean, they've won the North the last few years, and we've struggled against them, so I'm sure it's going to be a heck of a football game.
Now, Green Bay did beat Detroit to open up the season, so trying to go 2-0 against the Lions after a Week 1 win, 27-13 was the final in that one. Packers, though, going into Thursday, 2.5-point underdog, noon kick in Detroit.
And unfortunately, the Niners won because the Rams are good. The Niners could steal away someone's playoff spot.
It's going to be tough to get one of these wild cards. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of good teams in some of these divisions.
Hey, we have weather to pay attention to across the state, and that could impact some travel for you. We'll do it next.
Education changes everything. It opens doors, shapes futures, and builds the foundation for our children's success. At City Ford Collective, we're working to transform our city's schools and ensure every Milwaukee child receives the high-quality education they deserve. We've taken real steps forward, but our work is far from done. This giving season, we're asking you to join us. Together, we can secure a stronger future for our children and a stronger future for Milwaukee. To support our mission, visit cityforwardcollective.org/donate. That's cityforwardcollective.org/donate.
Hey, WTMJ's John Mercure here. So I was looking at some of the bushes that have overgrown on my property, and I love our yard, but I need dormant pruning. That's what takes place during the winter when it's safe to cut back things so you have healthier trees and bushes around your house. Check right now to see if you've got stuff scraping against the siding or needs to be cut back, and schedule it now. Design Build landscaping projects are a year-round topic. Landworks Wisconsin does it the right way every time. They help people achieve their outdoor dreams by creating beautiful landscapes. I love these guys. LandworksWisconsin.com. Check them out today.
At Capri Communities, they believe people of every age deserve to enjoy life.
I recently moved my dad into a Capri community. He has gained such new independence. His falls have decreased, he's eating healthy meals, and going on great new adventures. Knowing Dad is in a great place really gives me the peace of mind I needed. And now, we're both enjoying life again.
Give the care that has your parent enjoying life again at Capri Communities. Get started today at capricommunities.com.
The green and gold runs deep, and we've got your football fix. From Lambeau to the living room, Wisconsin's Midday News brings you the experts on and off the field to break down every showdown from Titletown.
All these guys have a journey, and all these guys have a story, and it's fun to follow those journeys and learn more about how they got to where they are.
So grab your cheesehead and lock into Football Fix, powered by Flanner's Home Entertainment, every Wednesday at 12:15, only on Wisconsin's Midday News.
Nothing but a headache on the roads this morning. Traffic brought to you by the Bartolotta Restaurants. Hey, Debbie.
All right. It might be a good idea to head out a little earlier than what you had expected to if you are going out to Grandma's. So right now, eastbound 94, we do have a crash just past Highway 16. The right lane is blocked right now. Beyond that, though, we've got delays from 84th Street to Hawley Road. As usual, the westbound side slowing down from about 25th Street to Hawley Road as well. Southbound 41, a bit of a heavy ride south of Good Hope Road all the way down past Hampton. Northbound side's backed up between North Avenue and Burleigh, and then again just north of Capitol Drive up to Hampton. And then the bypass heading westbound, you got backups from 27th Street all the way to 68th. The eastbound side from 68th past Loomis. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
It would appear we do have some weather to pay attention to as we get through the holiday. The forecast sponsored by Daedra Camp Heating. Your comfort is their family's tradition. I'd like to chat with him on Tuesdays around this time. Storm Team 4 Chief Meteorologist Brian Niznansky. Good morning, Niz.
Yeah, good morning, guys. How we doing?
Good. So we got a couple of things. We got weather here locally to pay attention to, and it looks like a bigger event taking place in northern Wisconsin, eh?
Yeah, all part of the same system. You have a little bit of light rain, obviously, this morning, along with some fog, just kind of a gloomy, dreary morning across southeastern Wisconsin. Could see some showers redevelop late afternoon, but probably more like this evening and into tonight. And then that area of low pressure that is going to track to the north of us will start to draw in cold enough air that we see a change over to some snow showers for us on Wednesday. Now, as far as the big snow event goes, far northern Wisconsin. The farther north you go, the better chance you have of seeing accumulation. And by the time you make it all the way to the northern tip of Wisconsin, Ashland, Iron County, there could be spots that see well over a foot of snow, guys.
Wow. Okay. And that's like blizzard-like conditions for a bit, it sounds like.
Yeah, it could be pretty nasty up that way. So if you do have travel plans up north, like if you're going to travel north of Wausau, I would try basically Highway 29 north, I think is where you're going to start to have some problems. I would try to avoid, traveling on Wednesday. If you can go a little bit earlier, that'd be better, or hold off till Thanksgiving. Wednesday would be tough. I'm not saying it's going to be impassable by any means. I'm just saying if you want to avoid the worst time frame. And I do honestly think like it really doesn't get extremely bad or like too bad until you start getting like, let's say north of Highway 8, which puts you like north of Rhinelander. That's when that's where things I think go downhill pretty good.
Niz, I guess kind of looking into the Thanksgiving weekend as well, is there another chance kind of when you get into the weekend for maybe some more snowfall?
Yeah, there's another system so we'll get through Thanksgiving dry. It'll be chilly and windy. I think Friday dry as well. It's late Saturday into Sunday and maybe even into Monday that there's another. Put it this way, we have a very active upper level pattern setting up. And if we stay in this pattern, we're going to have a storm system develop almost every few days. And our next chance will be this weekend. Still like TBD on exactly where like the swath of heavy accumulating snow sets up. I'm pretty confident there's going to be, a storm system, substantial one that moves across the Midwest. But especially this time of year, it's got to track just right for you to get the heavy snowfall. So right now, just going with a chance of rain and snow starting Saturday night into Sunday, maybe lingering into Monday, but definitely something to watch if you have travel on the tail end of the weekend.
Niz, are you hosting this year?
Yeah, we're hosting. It's a smaller affair. My dad's side of the family is a smaller side of the family, like by exponentially smaller. Like there's just, couple cousins, whereas my mom had, okay, so my mom's side, which tends to be Christmas and we don't host, she's got 7 brothers and sisters and they all had a bunch of kids. One of them had 11 kids.
All right.
Yeah. So we're not having that side of the family. I love them, but no, it's a much smaller affair. My brother comes with his family too. And it should be a good time.
Oh, that could be distracting with that Packers game rocking.
Yeah, we decided, instead of trying to, push it off or whatever, let's just have people come over earlier. Let's get settled. Let's do some apps. Let's do some relaxation. Maybe turkey will come out a little bit sooner after the game. But the Thanksgiving festivities starting a little early this year with that Packers game, which is fine. It's all good. I mean, I don't think there's going to be too many tents. Like, we're all Packers fans, so let's just chill, let's watch, let's eat some food, and go Pack.
Any fun way you cook the turkey, or just regular in the oven?
We've experienced before with the deep frying and all the all the other stuff. The turducken we even did one time, but no, standard turkey oven. Wife's got a pretty good strategy on that. She's got that on lock pretty good. She just I don't know if she deviates from something that she finds online. I think she said something with Martha Stewart or something. Standard turkey. Pretty standard meal. Love it.
Right, nice.
Thanksgiving, I don't know. It's up there. It's maybe top 3 for me for holidays.
Sure. Agreed.
Yeah.
Totally agree with
it's
that.
hard to compete with the best, because then you put yourself in the 4th of July and all the other ones. And it's like, but Thanksgiving's right up there. The just sitting around stuffing yourself and relaxation.
All of the best things. All right, Niz. Well, super thankful for you, man. Appreciate you.
Yep, thankful for you guys. Yeah, safe travels. Wednesday could get a little slippery here, guys. Could maybe see up to an inch even here in southeastern Wisconsin.
Good to know. Thank you, buddy.
Yep.
Storm Team 4 Chief Meteorologist Brian Nisnansky. 727 news about your money. The WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. Looking at the stock futures, we're an hour from the bell. Right now, the Dow and the S&P are up. NASDAQ down before we get to Wall Street 1 hour from now. Financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, AnnexWealth.com.
Welcome to The Knowledge Brokers, a weekly feature covering the dynamics of the insurance market and how it affects Wisconsin businesses and residents. It's sponsored by the original knowledge broker, R&R Insurance. And joining me today is Jeff Salasinski, Executive Vice President of Insurance Operations. Jeff, we've discussed before the consequences of buying insurance on price alone and the risks that come with that. Tell us what else is important here.
Sure, Vince. Great to be here again. If you really want protection for your business or your personal assets like your home and autos, it's critical you're working with an insurance professional who takes the time to explain the details. It's critically important that you listen and then act. Buying on price alone can be expensive.
Jeff, let's have you explain a little bit more what you mean there. Buying on price can be expensive?
Vince, insurance policies are contracts. They have coverage limits, sub-limits, and terms and conditions you need to understand. Coverage mistakes or cutting corners are always expensive. Your insurance partner should be providing services as well, like risk assessments, claims advocacy, and insights that help protect your business and your personal assets. Vince, you'd be stunned how many times we consult with a business owner or an individual with assets to protect, and their insurance program is designed solely on the cheapest price.
So, Jeff, what should the audience take away? What's important?
Be an informed buyer of insurance that demands both coverage and price. Work with an insurance professional that can speak about the complexities and trends of today's market.
So, Jeff, why should a business or a family work with R&R Insurance?
We understand how to present your account to an underwriter in the most favorable light, and R&R has been helping clients for almost 50 years. If you're looking for a better insurance purchasing experience, we'd love to sit down and speak with you. At R&R Insurance, we know business insurance.
That's Jeff from R&R Insurance. Thanks for the great info, Jeff.
Hey, John Mercure here for Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living. It's kindness, it's compassion, it's very specialized training. Their mission is to transform the culture of care, and they're doing that every single day. I've been in their places. I've seen how they love and take care of people with cognitive decline, Alzheimer's, or other related dementia symptoms. In part at Azura, they do such a great job because their staff goes through specialized training. They're going to take great care of you. Locations throughout southeast Wisconsin, Wisconsin-based, family-owned. It's Azura.
ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. Russia launching a wave of attacks on Ukraine's capital. At least 7 people were killed amid a new U.S. push to end the war that has raged for nearly 4 years. The FAA says today will be the busiest day of the Thanksgiving holiday week. 52,000 flights are expected. 18 million people in all expected to be screened between now and next Monday. Oh, and be nice when you fly, too.
Airlines are grappling with a different challenge: passenger behavior.
The FAA citing a 400% increase in unruly behavior on flights in recent years. Now, Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy is launching a campaign to bring civility back to the skies. He's suggesting travelers dress more appropriately to encourage better behavior on planes.
ABC's Sophie Flay. A tornado racing through residential areas north of Houston on Monday, damaging more than 100 homes. No injuries. President Trump reportedly considering a plan to extend the subsidies that help Americans on Obamacare pay for health insurance premiums. This is ABC News.
We do have an accident eastbound 94 just past Highway 16. The right lane is closed right now, so you want to be extra careful with that. Southbound 41, backups coming in from before Good Hope Road all the way down to Capitol. Northbound is backed up from Mayfair Road all the way up almost to Hampton. We've got eastbound 94 also backing up from before 84th Street to Hawley Road, westbound from 25th Street to Hawley Road. That's typical because of that construction zone there. Northbound 4394 backing up out of the Plainfield curve up past Oklahoma Avenue. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Got some dense fog in a few counties this morning till 10 a.m. Fond du Lac, Dodge, Walworth, Waukesha, and Jefferson counties. Otherwise, patchy drizzle today. Breezy with some showers later on, a high of 51. Tonight, chance for a rain, snow mix and blustery, a low of 32. Heads up, got ourselves a winter weather warning in far northern Wisconsin today. They could see a foot of snow tonight into tomorrow. Right now in Milwaukee, 46 at 7:32. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, once Morgan Geyser returns to Wisconsin, the Department of Health Services will need to consider whether to revoke Geyser's conditional release since she was in their care. The Slenderman stabber left the home that she was staying in and was found in a suburb south of Chicago over the weekend. Waukesha County Assistant DA Abby Nicolai.
It's extremely concerning that you would so blatantly violate a very, very simple condition, which is to stay in a placement and keep a bracelet on. And that we have no idea what was going on is extremely concerning to the state, because immediately my thoughts went to the victim and keeping the community safe.
Now it'll be up to the Dane County DA to decide whether charges will be filed for Geyser cutting off her GPS monitoring bracelet.
Some new details as well about the man that police say was with Morgan Geyser as she fled from her group home in Madison.
A police report obtained by WTMJ identifies the man as 43-year-old Chad Mecca of Janesville. In an interview with police, Mecca said he had met Geyser through Good Shepherd Lutheran Church in Madison and that the two plotted to escape after Mecca was denied visitation time with Geyser at her group home. The two took a bus from Madison to Chicago, according to the report, then walked to the village of Posen, where they ran out of money and were later arrested. Mecca was charged with trespassing and obstruction and released on a citation notice. Adam Roberts, WTMJ News.
A former high school teacher gets prison time for child sex crimes. Justin Liepert of Waukesha is going to serve 5 years after pleading guilty to child enticement and possession of child pornography. He used to teach at Wisconsin Lutheran at the high school there when he met a 16-year-old boy working late on a theater production at school. He then messaged that teenager and sent explicit video using dating and social media apps last year.
2 people died in a plane crash near the Monroe Municipal Airport Monday night. Greene County Sheriff's Office responded to Highway 59 in the town of Sylvester, where the plane crashed into a gravel quarry and caught fire. Construction equipment in the quarry was also on fire, and there was a large part of debris found in the field from the aircraft. The NTSB and FAA are investigating.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time 7:35. Traffic sponsored by Mission 94 Firearms Education Center. Just Google Mission 94.
From those with no experience to firearms enthusiasts, all are welcome at Mission 94 Firearms Education Center. Learn the right way to handle firearms. Just Google Mission 94.
Coming up, who's stealing all the packages?
Goodyear, Dunlop, Kelly, Continental, General, you name it, we got it.
Plus, free flat tire repair, free tire rotations, and more.
So when you're due for tire service, schedule it at richlawns.com.
That's Rich Lawns with 2 N's.
Rich Lawns.
We believe that self-care isn't selfish. I'm Maddie from Sweet Talks, a women-owned and operated medical spa fostering self-love and confidence. We believe that beauty is about feeling empowered from within, and it's truly a passion for our team at Sweet Talks. Your goals are our goals. Our services go beyond injectables, including facials, lasers, medical weight loss, hormone therapy, and more. There's even a cafe, complimentary to all patients. Get started today at Sweet Talks in Menominee Falls. Learn more at sweettalks.com.
At Hazelden Betty Ford, treating mental health isn't just about breaking old patterns, it's about braving new ones. As the leader in alcohol and drug treatment for 75 years, we know caring for addiction, anxiety, depression, and trauma goes hand in hand. We're here for you with new tools when life breaks down. Discover your path to better mental health at hazeldenbettyford.org/Wisconsin. Sponsored by Hazelden Betty Ford Foundation.
Looking for the best Black Friday deals? Fleet Farm's got them. Doors open at 5 a.m. Friday with a free plush moose for the first 500 shoppers. Then save 30% on all in-store footwear. Get a $20 gift card when you buy $100 in Carhartt gear. And all passenger tires are buy 3, get 1 free, with rebates of up to $100 on select brands. And if you just can't wait, shop early Black Friday starting Wednesday at 8 p.m. only at fleetfarm.com.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 7:37.
The Bucks' losing streak hits 5. What does Bobby Portis think of it? We'll explain at 7:45.
Porch pirates, not something we've not heard of before, but with everybody getting a lot of packages delivered here for the holidays, something to watch out. But now there's a ring of porch pirates being targeted and have now facing charges by federal authorities. Happened just in the suburbs of New York, in Long Island. Several homes targeted by this porch pirate ring over the last 2 years. Prosecutors saying that these porch pirates hacked a FedEx system, basically then used that FedEx system to place orders for different things like cell phones, other electronic devices, and then they used these real addresses in the Long Island area, would have the packages delivered, and then they'd be waiting outside of these homes to grab the packages and run. A little bit here from Suffolk County District Attorney Ray Tierney.
We began working with our partners in NYPD and our federal partners, and saw that this was a pattern that was occurring not only in Suffolk County, but basically down the East Coast.
So these stolen phones that these alleged porch pirates took, they would take them then to a stash house that they had. They'd put them in garbage bags, and then they would start to resell them across the U.S. and then even internationally as well. 14 people indicted in this theft ring. So
hey, that reminds me of those. Have you seen any of those videos of the packages that explode? Like,
oh, yeah, with glitter.
Are those, is that real or is that just AI?
I think it's real. Those are real.
So people are actually setting up?
Yeah, I saw a video of a guy who actually went through explaining how he put it together so that it would like spread the glitter the most efficiently, and it would wait until it's in their car, and then it would like hit a stink bomb, and then it would blow up in the car so that it would mess up the car of the people that stole it. All that stuff. Yeah, he went through every step of what he did, so it's real.
I feel like I've seen some that have been pranks, like pulling in on other family members. But yeah, I think there are some people who hopefully it would deter people from doing this, because it's like after you get glitter bombed, okay, maybe I shouldn't be stealing packages. But
you know what my luck would be? I would set that up and then my kid would open the package or something. Or the dog.
You'd warn your kids at least, I would hope.
Dang it. 7:39, the roads have been a mess. Check in with Debbie here in 60 seconds. News is sponsored by Annex Wealth Management's Money Talk. It's heard Saturdays at 10 right here on WTMJ.
We all have one. That junk drawer. You know it. The graveyard of good intentions, old keys, half-dead batteries, and a mystery phone charger from 2008. But buried in there are useful things. The scissors you use, the tape measure you can never find. Tools that make life easier, if only they weren't tangled up with everything else. For many, their financial life looks the same way. Accounts opened years ago, investments that once had a purpose but don't anymore. Lonely, unproductive 401ks. The tools are there, they just need to be sorted, sharpened, and put where they can do some good. Annex Wealth Management knows how to clean out that drawer, to organize, eliminate what doesn't work, and align your investments for real productivity. Then it's on to planning with a purpose, snugging up the estate plan, the tax plan, the full picture. Annex does it with care and focus, and best of all, as a fee-only fiduciary. Need help with that junk drawer? Start today at annexwealth.com and click Get Started. That's annexwealth.com.
This holiday season, trade the hustle and bustle for a lakeside retreat just a short drive from the city at Lake Lawn Resort. With an award-winning spa, special events all month long, like our Taylor Swift experience, our annual Thanksgiving feast, and of course, the kickoff to our Breakfast with Santa brunch. Be sure to make time with family, friends, or that special someone. Lake Lawn Resort has everything you need to create cherished memories and relive stories of old. Book your holiday escape today at Lake Lawn Resort, where the spirit of the season comes to life and everything truly is better at the lake.
I'm WTMJ's Sandy Max. What makes senior living at Three Pillars so special? Let's hear from my friend Bill.
We didn't want to be sitting in our house alone. And I was glad because I didn't have to do all the chores around the house that I was sick of doing. I decided to get involved in a lot of the different activities, like the theater group. I run TED Talks once a month. I'm chairman of the library committee. The other things I like about Three Pillars is the outdoor things. And there's a beautiful fishing pond. It's just a great, great place to live.
Schedule a tour today at threepillars.org.
Give the perfect holiday gift this season, a Bartolotta gift card, providing memorable experiences for nearly 30 years. Purchase yours at bartolottas.com. That's bartolottas.com.
7:42 traffic brought to you by the Bartolotta Restaurants. Debbie Lazica, just kind of a gloomy, cruddy day on the road.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people out there, so that's why we're seeing a lot of delays. First of all, we do have a crash, though, on 94 eastbound. Just east of Highway 16, the right lane is blocked. Delays are stretching back to Highway 16, so careful. Southbound on 41 is going to be slow from Good Hope Road all the way down to about Capitol Drive. The northbound side slowing down from just north of Watertown Plank Road all the way up to Hampton. Southbound 43's got some backups as well, starting just before Capitol Drive all the way down past Locust, almost to North Avenue. And then westbound 94, as usual, through the construction zone. So from 25th Street to Hawley, a few more delays past Highway 100 into Waukesha County past Sunny Slope. And then the eastbound side is backing up from 92nd Street all the way to Holly Road as well. I'm Debbie Lazica with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Some patchy drizzle here early on, and then we could see some showers later in the afternoon, a high around 51 degrees. Tonight, chance for a rain-snow mix, blustery, a low down to 32. Wednesday will be cloudy and windy. We'll see chances for some snow showers Wednesday as well, a high of 38. Thursday for Thanksgiving, cloudy and chilly, a high of just 31. And then Friday, mostly sunny, but still cold out there, only a high of 30. Right now, it's 46 degrees in Milwaukee.
Erik along with Neil. Debbie's in place as well. Greg is here and Tiff Poo is in our newsroom. Vince is back on Monday. So aside from pardoning turkeys, another one of the big stories in Washington today is the Pentagon's investigating Senator Mark Kelly now over a video in which he and other Democratic lawmakers said U.S. service members could refuse illegal orders.
President Trump accusing the lawmakers of seditious behavior punishable by death, though he later added he wasn't threatening death but thinks they're in serious trouble. The White House also insists Trump was not calling for the lawmakers to be executed, but sharing they are supportive of the Pentagon's investigation.
So now perhaps you bring Senator Kelly back to active duty so he can be punished for this. At least that's part of this investigation now. ABC's Melissa Don, a little bit more from Kelly.
Arizona Senator Mark Kelly writing in part, "I've given too much to this country to be silenced by bullies." This as the Pentagon is threatening to court-martial him.
Yeah, so we'll see how this goes from here. Of course, we have the Thanksgiving Day holiday. We have this. We have the Epstein files still floating out there. We have a Ukraine deal that perhaps could be on the table and signed by Ukraine. Don't know if Russia would go for it as a peace deal. So lots to get to. We'll go through all of it coming up in the 9 o'clock hour here on Wisconsin's Morning News. Right now it's 7:44 and we have sports in 1 minute.
Chiropractic care for anxiety? Vince Vitrano here for Connect Chiropractic. I started seeing Dr. Alex Young and his team years ago because my back hurt, but there are many other benefits to chiropractic care. My fellow patient Aubrey shared with me that she struggled with severe anxiety all her life, and working with Connect Chiropractic has brought her relief. No twisting, no cracking, no popping. The docs use a special tool to restore proper nervous system function. In Delafield, Wauwatosa, and now Oak Creek, go ConnectChiro.com.
Blaine's Farm and Fleet's Black Friday sale starts this Friday at 6 a.m. Now's your chance to save up to 50% or more on Friday-only super deals store-wide while supplies last. Like 55% off select Nesco covered cake pans, $7.99. Over half off select 2-packs of Moultrie trail cams. Zero exposure coats for the whole family are half price. And select dog beds are just $9.99 while supplies last. Don't miss your chance to save up to 50% or more during Blaine's Farm and Fleet's Black Friday sale starting at 6 a.m.
Time for an update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk.
Well, we just continue to roll through the NFL season. Week 12 officially wrapped up last night. It was the 49ers over the Panthers 20-9, and a big matchup to kick off Week 13 on Thanksgiving Day, the first of 3 games. The Packers in Detroit to take on the Lions. Two teams very familiar with each other on Thanksgiving Day. This will be the 23rd time the two teams are playing on the holiday, and that includes 2 of the last 3 seasons. These two have gone up against each other on Thanksgiving. Now, some wondering, do the Pack have any advantage kind of coming into this short week, partially because Detroit had to play overtime Sunday to beat the Giants? What does head coach Matt LaFleur think?
I don't say anything's ever an advantage when you go against a really good football team. I mean, they're one of the premier teams in the National Football League for a reason. I think they got great coaches. I think they got great players, great schemes. So it'll be a great challenge for us, but one our guys will be ready for.
Packers trying to beat the Lions for a second time this season. They beat them in Week 1 in Green Bay. Now, I don't know if anybody thought going into Week 13 we'd say both the Packers and Lions both need a win to keep pace in the NFC North because the Chicago Bears are in first place right now. So this is certainly going to be a key matchup. Green Bay currently a 2.5-point underdog going into the Thanksgiving game.
Is 10 wins going to be enough? So they have to win at least 3 before the
You
end
would
of the
think. I mean, just with where some of these other NFC
Niners
teams,
won.
I mean, you got the Seahawks, and that NFC West is very competitive.
Wow.
I mean, 10 wins is probably going to keep you atop the division or give you a chance to get one of those wild card spots.
You know, it'd be nice if the Bucs could get to 10 wins.
Yeah.
Right now they're 8-10 after losing again to the Trailblazers last night. They are now in a 5-game losing streak, Bobby Portis.
Just because things aren't going great now doesn't mean that in the near future we won't go on a 5-game win streak, 6-game win streak. So just keep your same routine, keep your same rhythm, be happy, have fun. That's the biggest thing. Have fun when you play the game. Basketball is supposed to be fun.
So they fall to the Blazers and to Damian Lillard. He didn't play, but Lillard was there, which was pretty cool. They had a tribute for him. 115-103, the final. So up next, they got a game Wednesday in Miami and a game against the Knicks on Friday. Those are both NBA Cup group play games as well. Other basketball news, college basketball tonight. EWM hosts Dominion. 6 p.m. tip right here on 101.7 The Truth, our sister station. 7:48, we got Tausch next.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher here with an offer for a bath or shower remodel from Kohler Services. Family owned for 150 years, Kohler is your Wisconsin manufacturer providing care for life. And this month only, you can get $1,000 off your Lugstone shower remodel and 0 interest financing for 12 months. Visit KohlerServicesWI.com to request your free quote with fast professional installation always included. That's KohlerServicesWI.com.
Matt LePay for Steinhoffels. Steinhoffels is a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. Since 1934, Steinhoffels has been Wisconsin's furniture and mattress destination for quality, selection, and service. For over 90 years, Steinhoffels has helped Wisconsinites create the homes of their dreams and is 100% employee-owned. Steinhoffels has the largest selection of all the latest styles and all the best mattress brands. You'll find something for every style and every budget. Shop in-store or online at steinhoffels.com. Relax, it's Steinhoffels.
Hey fellas, are you feeling off of your game? If you feel like something is holding you back, connect with the medical professionals at Game Day Men's Health. WTMJ's Greg Matzik here. Game Day Men's Health helps guys regain their youthful edge with hormone replacement, vitamin therapy, personalized weight loss plans, plus EPAT therapy, which I've used for injuries such as plantar fasciitis or tennis elbow. And it's all under the care of experienced medical professionals. A free consultation at their clinic in Brookfield, Shorewood, Germantown, or Delafield. Game Day Men's Health. Get back in the game.
Check off the wish list with instant savings and free battery offers on select Steel tools. Shop online or in-store at steelusa.com. That's steelusa.com.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a good karma brand station.
It is a slow ride this morning, Debbie Lazaga.
It is, which is probably a good thing since the roads are kind of wet and might be a little slick. So you just want to be careful. Southbound on 43, we do have backups from Hampton pretty much all the way down to Locust. Northbound slowing down just north of Fond du Lac Avenue all the way up towards Keith. Also delays northbound on 4394 coming out of the Mitchell interchange around the Plainfield curve up to Oklahoma Avenue. Westbound 894 is backing up out of the Mitchell all the way to about 68th Street, with the eastbound side slowing down basically from Forest Home all the way past Loomis. East and westbound 94, your usual stuff from 27th Street on the westbound side to Holly Road. Eastbound's backed up from 84th Street to Holly Road as well. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Your forecast sponsored by Dave Drakamp Heating.
Could see a little bit of this patchy drizzle here early on, and then a chance for some showers as well as we move into the afternoon. A high around 51 degrees today. Tonight, chance for a little rain-snow mix, low dropping to 32 degrees. Tomorrow will be cloudy and windy, and we'll see chances for some snow showers throughout the day. High of 38. Thursday on Thanksgiving, cloudy, windy, chilly, only a high of 31. And then Friday, mostly sunny but still cold with a high of just 30 degrees. Right now, 46 degrees in Milwaukee.
Idea Man.
This is, again, one of those games I think the defense is going to be the star of the show.
Innovative.
We dropped 4 interceptions last week. I don't think we're going to drop 4 this week. I will be shocked if there's not at least 2 interceptions.
And Packers Hall of Famer.
McCarthy down the seam and too tall and picked off. Second interception for the Packers the last 2 drives.
It's time for Tausch on Wisconsin's Morning News. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and Kohler Services.
So, Tausch, interesting little tweak in the schedule on Thursday. Typically, when the Lions play Thanksgiving Day, they kick off at 11:30 Central Time. But not this year. This year, they're kicking off at noon. And a couple of reasons why. It sounds like Goodell, the commissioner, said, yeah, we just wanted to line up all the games similar to what a normal day would be. So you got the noon, you got the 3:25, and then the 7:15 game Thursday night. But also, apparently, NFL execs told the Detroit Free Press that they wanted to make sure people were home. And apparently, they felt like more fans would be home, according to their data, if they had the kickoff at noon versus at 11:30. I didn't know that would make that much of a difference, but apparently they get more eyeballs that way.
Yeah, I wonder, because, I mean, obviously I played in a bunch of these games over there, and it was 11:30, and it was, already a short week. Not that a half hour is going to change a ton of stuff, but is that turkey trot? Is that people running out for their last-minute deals? Because when you start thinking about it, I would think that Thursday, you don't really ever go anywhere. Nothing's really open, right? If you're going to do something, you play, that little Thanksgiving Bowl football. If you're, a young family that wants to get out there and do stuff, or get a workout in, but I think most people are starting to prep their meals around 10:30, 11 a.m. So, listen, man, the NFL knows what they're doing, as we've seen, when it comes to business and viewers and eyeballs and everything else. So, if they do that study and believe it, it must be that there's a big turkey trot community that wants to go a little bit later. That would be the big demographic that I think we're probably missing.
I mean, maybe the fans like it too. A better noon kick gives you a little more time to tailgate, I guess.
Yeah, listen, I think it's always going to be, I know the European window game at 8:30 people get a kick out of, but there is no doubt that when they started going to that third game, it makes a lot of sense to kind of keep it in your normal NFL viewing habit window, which is noon, 3:15, 3:25, and then obviously the night game at 7:15. Yeah. So it all makes a ton of sense. And again, the NFL knows what they're doing. If this is what they believe is going to be best, I would bet, and I've been hearing this already, that Cowboys-Chiefs game on Thursday might be the most watched regular season game ever, which would be something if that is indeed the case.
Well, you know what? I thought of you when they announced the schedule and all that, because you always talked about how when you guys would play that early game, you'd be able to catch some of that Cowboys game. You'd be at whose house? Rivera's house, or somebody's watching the second game.
Well, we'd get back because it's obviously if you played in that morning game, it was Detroit, so that's a quick flight. You'd get back. And then I remember the Egg Bowl, which used to be on Thursday. I don't know if that still is. But, yes, the beautiful part of that is this was before there was a Thursday night game every week, and you'd get that short week. But from a holiday standpoint, I think you want to be with your family, and then you can kind of adjust. Your family can kind of be with their family, and then you can have the rest of that weekend. But your football family you would get together and celebrate with on Thursday whenever we'd get back, and that would be, William Henderson, Amon, Marco, all of the O-line, the kind of the running crew, if you will, and we would get together and usually have a big night along with a big meal.
So even after a big game, that obviously those games can ding you up a little bit, you guys lit it up at Henderson's house?
Well, it would be either at Williams or over at Marco's. And, again, that was always the nice part is the established guys that were married and everything else. So, Eric, there's an old saying. Well, I'm not going to get into the old saying, but you're going to let your hair down, win or lose, after a game like that, because there's just this sense of an exhale whenever a NFL football game is done, especially if you come out of there healthy and at least healthy-ish. And obviously it's a heck of a lot better when you win and you can celebrate that. Yeah. But if you lose, you still want to let a little steam off and be with your teammates. So, yes, we'd always find a way to celebrate something.
All right, well, we'll find out who you think's going to win tomorrow.
You got it. Sounds good.
Appreciate it, Tausch. Mark Tausch on Wisconsin's Morning News, sponsored by Kohler Services and Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. 7:57.
Fans can't be wrong. Turkey lurkey do and turkey lurkey da.
These are your business headlines from the Milwaukee Business Journal.
Kohl's Corporation names former board chairman Michael Bender CEO. Bender has led the department store chain on an interim basis since this spring. A developer is withdrawing their demolition permit for the Holy Ghost Tabernacle Missionary Baptist Church in Brewers Hill. The developer, Ryan Pate, is looking to sell the church, which he purchased in 2023 for $400,000. The investment arm of the family that owns Milwaukee-based Right Height acquires a vacant 24-acre parcel in Franklin for $3.6 million. Six Sibs Capital bought the property that adjoins a Crohn's Inc. logistics center that is scheduled to open in early 2026. I'm Logan Hansen from MilwaukeeBusinessJournal.com on 620 WTMJ.
Hey, if you love true, authentic Mexican food, I highly recommend you stop at the Mine Chef restaurant in Hartford today. WTMJ's John Mercure here. The Mine Chef is the most affordable, family-friendly dining restaurant, and the Tuesday all-you-can-eat Mexican buffet is just $9.99. Whoa, that's incredible. Desserts are buy one, get one free. Kids and grandkids under 3 eat for free. Today from the kids' menu. They'll love that huge game room quietly set aside from the dining area wherever you live. It's worth the drive to the Mine Chef today for the all-you-can-eat Mexican buffet, just $9.99. Excelente. Wednesday, the all-you-can-eat haddock fish fry is $7.99. That's a crazy low price. The Mine Shaft in beautiful downtown Hartford, just off Highway 41 near the EAA in Oshkosh. 2 locations, both fantastic. No need to cook today. Just walk in, relax, and enjoy the all-you-can-eat Tuesday Mexican buffet for under $10. Check it out, MineShaftRestaurant.com.
At Uline, they know going the extra mile takes hard work. For companies pushing to go further, Uline will go the distance with you. 24/7, they answer the phone to get you the shipping and industrial supplies you need. Business can move fast. Unexpected large orders, adverse weather, new safety guidelines, and changing economic trends. Uline works hard keeping 41,000 items ready to ship, minimizing detours on your way to the extra mile. Visit uline.com.
It's here. Black Friday deals are live at Fox World Travel, and your next adventure is waiting. Set sail with Viking or Holland America. Fly away with Delta Vacations. Explore Europe with Insight or Globus. or unwind in luxury with classic vacations. From sun-soaked beaches to breathtaking rivers and historic cities, there's a trip for every dreamer. Call 866-GO-FOX-GO or visit foxworldtravel.com. These exclusive partner deals won't last long.
The place you want to go, Lynch McWanago.
Nobody sells for less than Lynch.
Your trusted and relevant source for news, sports, traffic, and weather. We are Wisconsin's radio station. News Radio 620, WTMJ, Milwaukee.
8 o'clock, this is Wisconsin's Morning News for Tuesday, November 25th. I'm Erik Bilstad. Our top story, the Slenderman stabber appears before a judge.
I'm Neil Doyle, in for Vince Vitrano, a senator investigated for misconduct.
I'm Debbie Lazaga. Keep your eyes open for an accident eastbound 94 just past Highway 16 off on the right shoulder. Beyond that, we do have delays from 84th Street all the way to Hawley Road, and then again coming out of the stadium interchange to 27th. On the flip side, 27th all the way to Hawley Road on the westbound side is going to be heavy. Northbound on 4394 backing up out of the Mitchell interchange all the way around the Plainfield curve up past Oklahoma Avenue. Beyond the Marquette, you're seeing delays from Fond du Lac Avenue all the way up to Keefe. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Going to see some dense fog this morning in our counties away from the lake. Otherwise, patchy drizzle, breezy with some showers later on, a high of 51. Tonight, a chance for a rain-snow mix and blustery, a low of 32. Could see blizzard-like conditions in the far northern reaches of Wisconsin tonight into tomorrow. Right now in Milwaukee, 46 degrees at 8:01. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, Slenderman stabber Morgan Geyser has an extradition hearing set for today.
Geyser is scheduled to appear for the hearing at 11 a.m. She's in custody in Illinois after Posen police found her sleeping at a truck stop with a 43-year-old man Sunday night. Once Geyser returns to Wisconsin, likely Waukesha County, it will be up to state health officials to consider revoking her conditional release. Geyser has been living in a group home with electronic monitoring in Dane County for a few months, but she allegedly cut off her GPS monitor before fleeing Saturday night. It will be up to the Dane County District Attorney to consider filing charges for tampering with a tracking device. Jessica Gatso, WTMJ News.
Greenfield Police Chief Jay Johnson ordered to stand trial for misconduct in office.
Johnson allegedly had a city-owned poll camera installed outside of his personal residence in Wind Lake for reasons related to his divorce. Prosecutors have added a new charge for attempting to delete evidence off of his department-issued phone. Special Agent Scott Marlock was called to testify.
He was advised by Chief Johnson and the mayor that Chief Johnson wanted to hang the poll camera because he was going through a divorce. His wife was dating a felon, and he feared for his safety and for the safety of his property.
Johnson pled not guilty to all charges. He's back in court in January. Elizabeth Linton in WTMJ News.
In Washington, new fallout from a video released by a group of Democrats that reminded members of the military that they should refuse to obey illegal orders. The Pentagon says that it's now investigating Arizona Senator Mark Kelly to see if he should be punished for misconduct. CBS correspondent Nancy Cortez.
Court-martials are usually reserved for serious criminal offenses, and punishments can range from reduction in rank to confinement and even hard labor. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth said that Kelly's conduct will be, quote, addressed appropriately. But this is a very novel accusation, a novel case he's making against the senator, so it's unclear where exactly all of this is going to lead.
Kelly says he upheld his oath to the Constitution, and he dismisses the Pentagon investigation as the work of bullies.
Ukraine has agreed to some elements of a peace proposal that could end the war with Russia. More from News Nation's Tom Dempsey.
Just this morning, we heard from Ukraine's defense minister who spoke about how core parts of this peace deal have now been agreed upon, and they're now pushing for a meeting here at the White House with President Donald Trump to finalize the terms of this peace deal. Also, a very important part of this, as far as the timing of all of it, literally as we speak right now, the Army Secretary, Dan Driscoll, is in the United Arab Emirates speaking directly face-to-face with a team of Russian leaders.
Questions remain on the specific terms of the peace deal, especially for Ukrainian territory concessions and limits to the size of its military.
The Paris prosecutor reports 4 more arrests in connection with the jewel heist at the Louvre Museum from October. 2 men and 2 women from Paris taken into custody now. Now, the loot, valued at around $102 million, has not yet been recovered.
Back here at home, the man accused of killing a teenager will spend over 30 years in jail. 21-year-old Charles Roby of Milwaukee pled guilty to first-degree reckless homicide and mutilating a corpse in October. Roby was in a stolen car with 15-year-old Mackay Neal when he took a gun from the teenager and shot him. Neal's body was found in a burning car with 8 gunshot wounds about an hour later. 3 other people are also charged in Neal's death.
With the holiday season ramping up, health officials are recommending people get a flu and updated COVID-19 vaccine. Now, according to the Department of Health Services, more than 1 million Wisconsinites have received a flu shot this season, while around 500,000 residents have gotten an updated COVID vaccine. DHS says the number of flu shots administered last month was down compared to last year.
Coming up, a couple of travel tips if you're flying out of Milwaukee.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 8:05. This portion of the news is brought to you by Axis Legal. Worn down by work? Contact AXIS Legal today.
Day after day, year after year, the heavy lifting, the repetitive motion, and now your body feels it. Your back, your knees, your quality of life.
At Axis Legal, we stand up for people worn down by work.
Workers' comp is our sole focus, and our team has recovered more than $35 million for Wisconsin workers. From sudden accidents to pain that builds over years of hard work, we're dedicated to fighting for the benefits you're entitled to. If you've been worn down by work, contact Axis Legal for a risk-free consultation.
Search AXIS Legal today.
WTMJ's John Mercure here. I love my dogs, Bella and Baxter, an important part of our family. They're kind of like kids sometimes, and like kids, they weren't always listening, but I've got it figured out now. Thanks to Matt and his teams at Sit Means Sit Dog Training, our dogs are better behaved. They don't bark as much. They just listen better. They're happy, confident, obedient. Our house is a better house. Sit Means Sit Dog Training turned it around for us. Let them do the same for you. You can start with a free consultation. The website is sitmeanssitwaukesha.com. Sitmeanssitwaukesha.com.
Every child deserves an excellent education. At City Forward Collective, we're working hard to make that a reality for Milwaukee's kids. This giving season, join us in building a stronger future for all our city's children. To support our mission, visit cityforwardcollective.org/donate.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 8:07.
President Trump is reportedly considering a plan to address concerns about skyrocketing health insurance premiums. ABC's Nicole D'Antonio.
Multiple reports say the White House is preparing a plan that would extend Obamacare subsidies for another 2 years. Now, you'll recall those subsidies were the main factor behind the recent government shutdown. They expire at the very end of this year, but Trump's plan would reportedly impose new restrictions on who's eligible for those subsidies. The restrictions would include income caps. Enrollees would also be required to make a minimum payment.
The premiums for Affordable Care Act, or otherwise known as Obamacare, they're set to jump in January.
Well, a busy travel day for people heading out for Thanksgiving. Over 52,000 flights expected today. Some tips if you're flying out of Milwaukee.
Mitchell International says about 200,000 passengers will fly through Milwaukee between Wednesday and Sunday. Although there are no longer government shutdown-related issues, the airport strongly encourages passengers to sign up for text alerts with their airline for any flight status changes. They recommend arriving 2 hours before your departure time, and those looking to park can use the MKE Smart Park app. New this year is the Real ID requirement and the new TSA policy that does not require passengers to remove their shoes. Jessica Gatso, WTMJ News.
The FAA is especially excited and ready to go for this holiday travel season. Here's what the administrator had to say.
It's going to be a busy week for us. The airlines, the travel sector in general, airports, TSA, FAA especially. For us, this week is our Super Bowl.
There you go. It's the Super Bowl, so that means you get out the dip and the wings. Does everyone bring a dish when they go to the airport?
Get everything clean and ready to go.
8:09.
Hey, it's WTMJ's Greg Matzik here for Flanner's Home Entertainment. Does the audio and video system in your home need an upgrade? Well, Flanner's has all the solutions and the installation experts to simplify and upgrade your home entertainment experience. Forget about the impersonable big box stores and risky online purchases. You go with locally owned Flanner's, where quality service, the best brands, and guaranteed best price remain top priorities. Stop by Flanner's in West Dallas, Grafton, or at Flanners.com. Sound advice at the best price. Just press play.
When severe weather hits and the power goes out, do you have a plan? For reliable power and peace of mind, Propane can do that. It only takes about 10 seconds for a propane-powered generator to restore power to your home. So no matter what Mother Nature has in store, you know you're prepared. Learn more at WIPGA.org. This message is sponsored by your local propane provider and the Wisconsin Propane Education and Research Council.
WTMJ's Julia Fellow here. Are you looking for the perfect holiday gift? I've got you covered. Treat your loved ones or yourself at Anton's Salon and Medical Spa in Delafield. Check this out. For Black Friday and Small Business Saturday, you can get a $200 gift card for just $150 and use it for rejuvenating facials like I just did with a Diamond Glow. Their machine is brand new. They just got it. Expert hair, colors, and cuts, or the latest nail and medical aesthetics. You can also use their Black Friday gift card for their incredible holiday sets. Anton Salon and Medical Spa is where beauty and relaxation meet, and this limited time gift card offer is the perfect way to give and even get a little luxury this holiday season. Visit AntonSalon.com to explore more, and stop into Anton Salon and Spa in Delafield on Black Friday or Small Business Saturday to get a $200 gift card for just $150. That's Anton's Salon and Spa in Delafield.
8:11, Debbie Lazga has been the hardest working woman this morning in the city of
Hardly.
Milwaukee.
Tiff's working harder than I am.
Okay,
So.
all right, well, good to know.
Okay. Southbound on 41. We've got backups from Good Hope Road down towards Capitol Drive. Northbound is slowing down from about Mayfair Road all the way up to Hampton. Southbound 43 is slowing down now from before Capitol Drive. Not quite to Hampton, though. You're seeing delays all the way down past Locust. Northbound is backed up out of the Kilbourne area up towards Keefe. Westbound 94, usual backups from 20th all the way to Hawley Road. Eastbound also backing up from 84th to Hawley Road through that lane restriction through the construction. And then on northbound 4394, backing up around the Plainfield curve up to Oklahoma Avenue. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Your forecast for today, patchy drizzle, breezy. There is a shower possible later on today. Going to be a wet one today, a high of 51. Tonight, chance for a rain, snow mix and blustery, a low of 32. Wednesday, cloudy and windy. Could see some snow on Wednesday. That temp's going to fall, so it's a high of 38 on Wednesday, but it's going to fall to 32, so you know what that means. Right there at that freezing mark at 4 p.m. on Wednesday. Thanksgiving Day, cloudy, windy, chilly, 31. Black Friday, sunny and chilly, a high of 30. Right now in Milwaukee, it's 45.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee, this is Wisconsin's Morning News. Now, here are your hosts, Erik Bilstad and Neil Doyle.
Erik and Neil, Vince is back on Monday after the holiday. Hey, keep an eye on the weather. Tomorrow could be a kind of a weather day with the possible snow coming down. It won't be a ton, but enough to cause some slowdowns and everything. And then we have this huge storm. I shouldn't say huge, but a big storm, a winter storm warning in the far reaches, far northern Wisconsin. And they're looking at like a foot of snow. They're looking at heavy snow. Could be blizzard-like conditions starting late tonight and into tomorrow. So obviously a lot of people travel up toward Minnesota and everything. So just be mindful of that. We'll get you more details throughout the morning here. Big day today, Neil, at Milwaukee City Hall.
Happening today on Wisconsin's Morning News.
So the Common Council meets today, and this is what they do once a month. They have their big meeting, and they consider multiple items, and a couple that are being highlighted by us, at least the ones that we want to pay attention to. First, the council is expected to consider the historical designation of those two venues that are run by the Wisconsin Center District. You know the story, the UWM Panther Arena and the Miller High Life Theater. They're in the news because the Center District is commissioning a study to learn more about what to do with those sites, what's sustainable, what's best use for them. You know, there's concern that maybe they'd be torn down and a hotel or something else would be done, but they want to investigate that, says the Center District. Well, at issue is members of the Common Council aren't really happy with that idea of considering these buildings, especially without them being involved. So some council members want more oversight, and in order to do so, you want to label them as historic. So with that designation, that would give them more oversight of what's happening there.
The only thing that what we do here today will accomplish is creating a process, a transparent, public process involving the redevelopment of 2 public buildings.
So that's Alderman Bob Bauman speaking at a zoning, neighborhood, and development committee meeting last week. They discussed the merits, and residents also testified for or against the issue of historic designation. Now, also testifying was Marty Brooks. He's the chair of the Wisconsin Center District. He's been on the program here as well. He was asked about that study that they've commissioned, and they won't even learn the results of that study until January. But the district doesn't want historical designation because it'll make decisions and implementing other ideas much more difficult. It's more red tape, essentially. So I thought this was interesting. Alderman Scott Spiker, a committee member, last week asked the Center District Chair, Marty Brooks, about one of the specific items that always has to be considered when it comes to historical designation. And that item is this question: is the location a site of a significant historic event? So is the location a site of a significant historic event? Spiker asked the Preservation Commissioner Planner about that, and then also got a response from Marty Brooks. Listen.
Mr. Askin, what events happened there?
Teddy Roosevelt's Bull Moose speech.
So he mentioned the Bull Moose speech from President Teddy Roosevelt, who was running for president again at the Historic Theater. So listen to what he said next.
I'm not a presidential expert, but even I knew that one. Yeah. So isn't that a significant historic event, Mr. Brooks?
I would acknowledge it's a historic event that occurred in Milwaukee.
Wasn't the speech given, though, in a more precise location than Milwaukee?
Yes.
Where was the speech given?
In the auditorium.
Okay. And is that not the item that's before us?
I would say it was a historic event. I would not say it's, what's the word, significant.
Oh, well, that's interesting.
So it's clear, I think, from the questioning and by how he voted that Alderman Spiker wants this to pass. I do find that interesting, though, this idea of a significant historic event. That's one of the things they have to consider when it comes to this designation. So would you consider Teddy Roosevelt and his Bull Moose speech getting shot, is that considered significant? And does it need to be considered that location of significance? You know, again, like there's no right answer. Everyone's going to have an opinion on that. So anyway, board member Bob Bauman last week says they're not looking to stop development. He says it's all about ensuring oversight, as you heard earlier. He also ripped the Wisconsin Center District Board for being so, what he calls, secretive.
Wisconsin Center District Board is not transparent. They do not hold public hearings. There's no opportunity for public comment at Wisconsin Center District Board meetings. I know this because I'm on the board.
Yes, he is actually on the board. So that's what's so funny about this, is that you can call them non-transparent if you want, but they do have, it's public. You can go to it. You can stream it. You can watch it after the fact. It's not like the Center District did this in secret. In fact, Bauman's on the board, so he knew about the sustainability, this report that they were commissioning before it became news in the paper. Anyway, so they passed it. It goes before the Common Council today, and you would anticipate it will pass and become historic. We'll see. I did find this last little thing interesting from that hearing last week. Alderwoman Malele Coggs, who is also on the Wisconsin Center District Board, made this interesting point. She questioned, well, wait a minute. We've tried to designate this as historic before, these two sites, the arena and the theater, and it didn't pass.
I think undeniably some great history on the building. I guess where I'm getting stuck is why they didn't designate it before.
I can only speculate. I was not the researcher on this. Andrew was. My suspicion would be the politics of the time.
The politics of the time.
Always comes back to the politics.
Right. So regardless of the merits of anything, it always is a political decision, likely what it'll be again today.
One other item, or a couple of items on the Common Council agenda today as well. They'll take up some of the vetoes that were issued by Milwaukee Mayor Cavalier Johnson to the amended budget. One of those has to deal with funding to the Milwaukee Fire Department to replace part of its aging fleet. Now, this kind of went back and forth. The budget amendment called for sending an extra $8 million, which would have given the fire department a total of $10 million in the budget. The mayor came back with his veto and said, look, we can give around $6 million. So That was one of the vetoed items. It's going to get taken up today. Alderman Peter Bergelis is a little wary and wants more funding for the fire department. He was on Wisconsin's Afternoon News.
If we invest $10 million in fire equipment this year and another $10 million next year in the 2027 budget, we will still have 2 17-year-old fire engines and 3 16-year-old fire engines. 15 years old is the max for fire equipment for national standards nationwide.
So we'll see. Again, the council will have a chance to override that veto if they want. I believe a couple of the other vetoed items had to do with extended library hours and a few other things like that. So that will be taken up by the council today as well.
Speaking of Bergelis, in that conversation he had with Mercure, he also questioned whether or not the police union contract that was just finally agreed to would be passed today by the Common Council. You thought that was pretty much a done deal. The union was fine with it. You thought it was set. Listen to what he said to Mercure here.
So you really think there's a chance that this police contract, this $51 million 4-year contract with a 14% pay raise might not pass?
I haven't. I've talked to a number of my colleagues on it. I have not counted votes to make sure that there's the majority needed to pass. I suspect it will, but I am confident that a number of colleagues will vote against it.
Interesting. Hasn't counted votes, but he's not sure if it's going to pass. He also had this to say.
You never know what is going to happen on Council Day. I thought the flag was going to pass last year.
Oh, yeah, the flag. Yeah, he thought the flag was going to pass, and it never did, obviously. In fact, they haven't done anything with the flag like they were supposed to. But anyway, it all starts at 9 o'clock at Milwaukee City Hall. Okay, Debbie Losga.
That's excellent. Okay. Northbound 43, right at the ramp from Fond du Lac Avenue. Looks like we've got a crash off on the right shoulder, so that's going to be tying things up. It'll stay slow all the way up towards Locust. And then we've got southbound backing up from Capitol Drive down towards the Fond du Lac Avenue area as well. Southbound on 41, slowing from Good Hope Road all the way down to Capitol. Northbound from Mayfair Road up past Hampton. And then we've got our construction delays. Westbound 94 from 20th Street all the way to Hawley. Eastbound from about 84th Street to Hawley Road as well. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Blain's Farm and Fleet's Black Friday sale starts this Friday at 6 a.m. Now's your chance to save up to 50% or more on Friday-only super deals store-wide while supplies last. Like over 60% off 3-quart Hamilton Beach slow cookers, $14.99. Half off select Velvet Throws, just $4.99. AgriMaster horse treats are half price, $3.50 each. And Blain's brand walnut halves or pieces, just $2.99 a pound. Don't miss your chance to save up to 50% or more during Blain's Farm and Fleet's Black Friday sale starting at 6 a.m.
WTMJ's Erik Bilstad here for Tri-County Contracting. So maybe you're considering it, or you've already been up on the ladder putting up the Christmas lights, and you've noticed, the roof looks a little dinged up. The shingles are all busted up. Some are not even there anymore. You're noticing gaskets all cracked. There's movement in the house, so other areas where the caulk used to be is no longer there. Well, now's the time to contact Tri-County Contracting and get yourself a worry-free roof tune-up. They can extend the life of your roof, especially when we start getting this rain, sleet, mixed kind of stuff that we're expecting later tonight. Tri-County Contracting, WI.com. It's worry-free roofing, siding, and windows. Tri-County Contracting, WI.com.
Enjoy some true holiday cheer when the Milwaukee Symphony Orchestra presents Home Alone 2, Lost in New York in concert November 28th through the 30th at the Bradley Symphony Center. John Williams' music adds extra festive warmth and drama to this timeless classic as the MSO performs live while the film is projected on the big screen. Kevin McAllister returns in this fantastic sequel, as do the bumbling wet bandits who are newly released from jail and out for revenge. New York City provides the backdrop for this fantastic sequel, and Kevin has a whole new bag of traps and tricks. With the MSO performing the timeless and charming score, this is a must-see experience for the entire family. Home Alone 2, Lost in New York in concert runs November 28th through the 30th only. Visit MSO.org for tickets or call 414-291-7605.
Whoa! What are these? Screamin' Sicilian loaded breadsticks. Available in 2 great flavors, cheesy garlic or pepperoni. Both delicious. Screamin' Sicilian doesn't play around. They're fully loaded breadsticks that come in their own bakeable tray. Dang! Woo!
These are next level. Are they the main course?
Nah, just the appetizer. Find Screamin' Sicilian loaded breadsticks in your local grocer's freezer section. Screamin' Sicilian loaded breadsticks. Bring the party, bring the flavor.
Hey, this is WTMJ's Steve Scavini here to talk about my brand new show, WTMJ Outdoors. This week, we're live from Deer Camp in Wapaka County, Wisconsin, as we celebrate the opening of gun deer season. Paul Smith, Journal Sentinel, joins us. Nate Van Zeelen, the owner of the camp, all things Wisconsin Outdoors. Join us every Saturday, 2 to 3, right here on 620 WTMJ.
It's WTMJ Outdoors, presented by Outdoor Living Unlimited.
Wisconsin's Morning News, Erik along with Neil in for Vince. Another big one today.
Happening today.
A pardon of all pardons takes place today for two turkeys who are currently waking up at a really nice hotel.
Good morning, Mr. Gobble. This is the front desk with your 6 a.m. wake-up call.
Yep, that's right. Two turkeys will be pardoned by the president today, and as tradition, Waddle and Gobble are waking up at the posh Willard International Hotel as we speak.
And they won't be in cages. They'll be enjoying the soft mattresses and other luxuries of their upscale hotel room.
They actually let them just walk around the hotel on the bed with their dirty little feet. They drink and use the bathroom and everything else.
Yeah, do they lay some newspaper down, you think, on the floor? Or?
God, I hope so. Could you imagine being the guests after them at the Willard? Or you're like, oh, honey, there's feathers all over the bathtub.
Yeah, a little bit of a stench lingering.
Oh. I do find that fun. And like, good on these two turkeys to get the royal treatment. But are they smart enough to know what's really nice and what's not? Like, is this really going to make them feel better than if they were just back home in their crate or wherever they are? I mean, I like free-range birds as much as the next guy, but anyway, so today's the big day where they do the pardon. This is, of course, a tradition that's been going on for a long time. And this year's two birds have the names Waddle and Gobble. They brought them in. There was a big to-do. They brought them into the Willard on, like, one of those little luggage trolleys, the bellboy. Them walking into the hotel, carting them in, like they sat on these little bellboy luggage trolleys. And then they brought them up to the room for people to see them. The media was up there. Yep. And that actually happened.
Now, do you think they've got a lot of signage up? Because, like, if you're a guest at this hotel and you have no clue what's going on, you're like, what are these turkeys doing here? What's going on?
You have to explain it to somebody. And, like, what else are they doing with their security deposit? Like, are they getting some alcohol? Are they watching premium movies? You know, these are questions that have to be asked. Anyway, today is the big day. One of the many things, of course, that happens every year in Washington.
Good morning, Mr. Gobble. This is the front desk. Your appointment with Mr. Waddle will be in the conference room at 9 a.m.
8:28 on Wisconsin's Morning News. We got your headlines here coming up in 2 minutes.
Hi, I'm Jim Token, representing the auto dealers of Metro Milwaukee. Did you know that Adam member dealers employ more than 6,500 people? Plus, Adam recently completed their 15th annual Feeding America Change Your Oil campaign. To date, Adam has donated over $953,000, which provided over 3.8 million meals. Start your next car search by finding an Adam member dealer at adam.com. That's ADAMM.com.
Experience, knowledge, results. That's what really matters when you need help after a serious truck accident. You'll need a lawyer experienced in fighting and winning for people just like you. Gruber Law Offices has the resources, strong track record of success, and a team of experienced lawyers to take care of your needs. We've successfully helped people injured in big truck accidents for more than 35 years. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Thanksgiving is almost here. WTMJ's John Mercure. Please don't cook. I recommend instead taking your family to the Mine Shaft restaurant in Hartford for their all-you-can-eat Thanksgiving Day buffet. It's under $23. You're going to pay much more elsewhere. So bring your kids and grandkids. If they're under 3, they eat for free. It's every dish you love, including a huge dessert table and all you can eat. How about this? Relax with an old-fashioned, a cold brew, or a glass of wine for a perfect Thanksgiving day, and your kids can safely play in that huge game room, quietly tucked away from the dining area while you finish up. Treat your family to the all-you-can-eat Thanksgiving Day buffet at the Mine Shaft, and take your kids and grandkids to the Mine Shaft during Thanksgiving break for hours of safe and affordable fun in that world-class game room. The Mine Shaft in beautiful downtown Hartford and Oshkosh. Lots of seating, lots of close parking. Google and call the Mine Shaft today to reserve your Thanksgiving Day tables. They'll fill up quickly, serving from 10 a.m. till 6 p.m. It's the Mine Shaft.
Day after day, year after year, the heavy lifting, the repetitive motion, and now your body feels it. Your back, your knees, your quality of life. At Access Legal, we stand up for people worn down by work. Workers' comp is our sole focus, and our team has recovered more than $35 million for Wisconsin workers. From sudden accidents to pain that builds over years of hard work, we're dedicated to fighting for the benefits you're entitled to. If you've been worn down by work, contact Access Legal for a risk-free consultation. Search AXIS Legal today.
Erik, Preston, 4 more people have been arrested in connection with the Louvre Museum jewelry heist. 2 men and 2 women. The jewels, valued at about $100 million, are still missing. A heavy Russian missile barrage hitting Kyiv overnight, killing at least 7 people. The drone and missile attacks coming as U.S. and Ukrainian negotiators continue working on the framework for a possible peace deal. The charges filed against former FBI Director James Comey and New York Attorney General Letitia James tossed out on Monday. ABC's Stephen Portnoy.
The White House says that the dismissals will not be the final word. We don't know exactly what next steps the Justice Department will take, but it is possible, certainly in the case of Letitia James, that they may try again to get a new indictment. It might be more complicated in the case of James Comey because of the statute of limitations.
The judge in the case saying that the prosecutor handpicked by President Trump to file the charges was appointed unlawfully. This is ABC News.
Southbound on 43, we've got backups from about Keefe all the way down towards the Locust area. Northbound's backed up from just north of Fond du Lac Avenue up to Locust. Westbound 94 backing up from about 27th Street all the way to Hawley Road. The eastbound side slowing down just before 84th Street to Hawley Road. And then southbound 41. Watch for backups from Appleton Avenue all the way down to Capitol Drive. I'm Debbie Lazigo with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Patchy, drizzle, breezy with showers this afternoon, a high of 51. Tonight, a chance for a rain-snow mix. It's going to be windy as well, a low of 32. Right now, it's 46 at 8:32. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, Morgan Geyser, the process of bringing her back to Wisconsin begins today. So what happens once Geyser does return? She escaped from a group home in Dane County where she was placed for her conditional release, but the Slenderman stabber will likely return to Waukesha County since that's where she was initially charged. Waukesha County DA Leslie Basie.
Once Ms. Geyser is brought back to Waukesha County, it will be up to Department of Health Services whether they file a petition to revoke her conditional release. We are certainly hopeful that they do proceed with that. We fully support it.
The Department of Health Services has jurisdiction over Geyser's care.
Authorities also coming out with some additional details about the man that police say was with Geyser as she fled her group home in Madison.
A police report obtained by WTMJ identifies the man as 43-year-old Chad Mecca of Janesville. In an interview with police, Mecca said he had met Geyser through Good Shepherd Lutheran Church in Madison and that the two plotted to escape after Mecca was denied visitation time with Geyser at her group home. The two took a bus from Madison to Chicago, according to the report, then walked to the village of Posen, where they ran out of money and were later arrested. Mecca was charged with trespassing and obstruction and released on a citation notice. Adam Roberts, WTMJ News.
A former high school teacher gets prison time for child sex crimes. Justin Liepert, 36 years old from Waukesha, will serve 5 years after pleading guilty to child enticement and possessing child pornography. Liepert used to teach at Wisconsin Lutheran High School. He would message a 16-year-old boy for sex and send sexually explicit videos using dating and social media apps.
2 people dead after a plane crash that happened at the Monroe Municipal Airport Monday night. Greene County Sheriff's Office responded to Highway 59 in the town of Sylvester, where the plane crashed into a gravel quarry and caught fire. Construction equipment in the quarry was also on fire, and there was a large part of debris in the field from the aircraft. The NTSB and FAA are investigating.
The numbers are out for Kohl's, reporting its latest quarterly numbers. Nearly 3% sales decrease in its latest third quarter announcement. That announcement coming earlier this morning. They just named a new CEO, and financial experts are now curious about these earnings and what will that mean moving forward. Annex Wealth Management CEO Dave Spano on WTMJ's Point Taken.
We're really going to have to take a look at that and see where Kohl's goes, for example. I mean, the stock has gone from, they had an offer at $60 a share not that long ago, got down to $5, trading about 15, 16 today. So are they on the road to recovery? We'll have to see.
We should point out that the decrease, that 2.8% decrease, was not as large as what some analysts had expected.
Time for news about your money. The WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. The Dow is up 281 points at 46,730. NASDAQ off 64 at 22,806. And the S&P 500 is up slightly to start the day at 6,709. Financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com.
Outdoor Living Unlimited. WTMJ News Time, 8:35.
Every child deserves an excellent education. At City Ford Collective, we're working hard to make that a reality for Milwaukee's kids. This giving season, join us in building a stronger future for all our city's children. To support our mission, visit cityfordcollective.org/donate.
Traffic is sponsored by Richlands Tire and Service Center.
Richlands Tire and Service Centers. 5 locations and all easy to find. Visit richlands.com when you're due for service.
Hey, WTMJ's John Mercure here for Orthopedic Hospital of Wisconsin. They are the real deal. My wife had a recent back issue, went to Orthopedic Hospital, used the doctors, used the facility, used the physical therapist. It was all a piece of cake. Beautiful facilities, incredible people, top docs in the area, highest patient satisfaction ratings. Orthopedic specialists are available to care for every part of your body. Go to the website, ohow.com, ohow.com. Request an appointment. Advanced diagnostics, great place. It's Orthopedic Hospital of Wisconsin.
We all have one. That junk drawer, old keys, dead batteries, a phone charger from 2008. But somewhere in there are the tools you actually need. They're just buried in the clutter. For many people, their finances look the same way. Scattered, outdated, unproductive. A financial junk drawer. At Annex Wealth Management, we help you clean out that junk drawer. Organize what matters, eliminate what doesn't, and plan with purpose. And we'll do it as a fee-only fiduciary. Start today at annexwealth.com. That's Annex Wealth Management.
Time out on the field. Let's bring in Gina Della from Pella. What's the winning game plan this month?
Wayne, a whole house of new windows for as low as $297 a month with 0% interest for up to 60 months.
Wow, that's a drive you can sustain for years. No penalties, no extra interest.
And unlike opponents, Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin actually stops the drafts.
Don't sit on the sidelines, folks. Make your move today at PellaWI.com.
Service restrictions apply. It's 130.25.
We talk so much about the data centers and the development taking place in Wisconsin, and rightfully so. Obviously, it's a huge story that will only continue to develop and move forward here in the state. But Neil, it's not just happening in Wisconsin. There is conversation and pushback taking place elsewhere.
Yeah, some of the latest pushback, and actually a protest this week down in Georgia, just outside of Atlanta in DeKalb County. There's a data center being proposed down there. It's supposed to be about a million square feet. A lot of residents, some other advocacy groups coming together to kind of push back on this, bringing up some of the concerns about strains on the power grid, issues maybe with the local water supply that these data centers can bring. So we're seeing some of these discussions happening not just here in Wisconsin, actually at this protest down in Atlanta, resident Gina Mangham saying this is no ordinary data center that they're proposing down there.
Initially, a lot of people said, oh, we need AI, we need computers.
but they had no idea the scale of what we're talking about putting in these communities.
And there's been enough pushback down there that some of the county commissioners in that area are actually pausing any new applications that are coming in for potential data center projects. They say, look, we understand there's concerns, but they're like, we actually maybe need to make some more defined rules here and kind of make sure we're going in the right direction. Because, I mean, obviously this industry is growing all over the country, but yeah, I mean, they're even kind of maybe slowing down a little bit.
Really? Just because so many people are having some concerns?
Yeah, the concerns, but then also it sounds like maybe they don't have kind of systems set up in place to make sure that this is a smooth rollout. So the conversations continue to happen.
Not just in Wisconsin. Interesting. Hey, Debbie, Greg is giving me some pushback. I was talking about my kid, my 19-year-old, who is going to do a Friendsgiving.
Okay.
He's doing it Thursday night after our family dinner.
Oof.
After our family dinner, so that's on him.
Yeah, but
Greg says that doesn't count as Friendsgiving because it's on Thanksgiving Day.
Well, I suppose, but oof. Well, maybe he's just practicing for when he gets a girlfriend and has to deal with the in-laws family where you're eating 2 full meals on Thanksgiving.
Maybe. He could be trying to do that.
That takes
I don't know.
training.
Right. Anyway.
Oof. Okay.
How are the roads?
Oh, well, we got southbound on 41, backing up from just south of Appleton Avenue all the way down towards Capitol Drive. And then we've got eastbound 94 hitting the brakes just a bit from 84th Street all the way to Hawley. Westbound's backed up from 27th to Hawley Road. Southbound 43 has gotten a lot better. We do just have delays from about Keefe down towards the Locust area. Northbound's all clear at the moment. East and westbound on the bypass might be tightening up just a little bit between Loomis and Forest Home, but overall, we're looking pretty good. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Hi, this is Michelle Voskel, CPA and team member at the Neal Group. It's hard to believe the holidays are almost here. We want to say thank you to our clients we helped in 2025. You are why we love what we do. Our why is simple: to make a real difference for people who feel stuck, frustrated, or ignored, and give them the tools they need to succeed. We helped Cheryl clean up 2 years of QuickBooks so her business could see a path to a bright future when she now had good financial information in her hands. We helped Nate fix a tax mess with the IRS created by one of those national firms and saved him $103,000 in penalties plus another $152,000 in taxes because we know the tax law. Imagine the stress lifted off your shoulders after you talk with us. You earned it. We help you keep it. Call us now at 414-325-2040 to arrange a meeting to see if we can help you. Don't wait. Call now. That's 414-325-2040 or visit nealgroup.net.
Wow, that's quite a combo.
What, my outfit? Why are you wearing tuxedo pants with a polo shirt? It's all because of Penny Mustard's new Fancy Pants table.
Are you referring to the Izzy Major Counter Table?
That's the one. I've heard so many people talking about the Izzy table.
They should be. It's a real showstopper.
Sophisticrafted with locally forged iron and sturdy glass. Aha, the glass.
What about it?
The Izzy table's glass is so crystal clear. Yeah? Your dinner companions can see your lower half.
Ah, that's why you're wearing
Fancy Pants.
It all makes sense now.
Don't worry about your pants, but you might want to change your shoes. These happen to be my nicest work boots.
They really class up the joint.
Thanks. The Izzy Major Counter Table, starting at just $238 a month with no interest till November of 2027 through November 30th at Penny Mustard.
Showrooms in Milwaukee and Chicago.
PennyMustard.com. Fancy pants versions of what people want.
Penny Mustard Furnishing.
8:43. Hey, just a reminder, pay attention to the weather the next couple of days. Wednesday could be a bit messy. Snow showers are likely around here. Nothing dramatic, but enough that it could slow things down for the drive. And then we got winter weather warning, storm warning in the far northern reaches of the state as well. They got blizzard-like conditions expected tonight after 9 p.m. and into tomorrow. So anyone traveling up those directions towards Minneapolis and that stretch, just be mindful of that. The far, far northern reaches of the state going to see some pretty heavy snowfall at times tonight and into tomorrow. Joining us on Wisconsin's Morning News, someone who is no stranger to at least one of the dishes that you find on the Thanksgiving Day table, the cranberry, is Amber Bristow, a fifth-generation cranberry farmer. Her family owns the Russell Resin and Son Cranberry Marsh in Warrens, Wisconsin. Also, Amber is the co-host of the Forward Farming podcast. Good morning and happy Thanksgiving, Amber.
Good morning. How are you?
Fantastic. So how'd the harvest go this year?
Oh, it was pretty great. Wisconsin is still the #1 leader in cranberry production, so all is well in the state of Wisconsin for cranberries.
Any challenges the cranberry farmers have maybe been facing? Or, I mean, it sounded like the harvest was easy peasy, which is good, but anything that's kind of popped up here with, just production or anything like that?
Nothing too crazy. The crop was down a little bit compared to last year, but again, still in the #1 spot. So you can expect to see lots of cranberries around the holidays this season.
So, Amber, are you the type that when you go to like a family's house for Thanksgiving and they serve the cranberry, you're like, nah, that's not how you serve that?
I'm not too picky when it comes to cranberries. I honestly don't know if I've had a cranberry dish where I've turned my nose up at. But I shouldn't say never, because there's still plenty of time for something to come up, I suppose.
I mean, cranberries are obviously a staple on the Thanksgiving table. And the harvest typically wraps up like in October, right at the end of October. So is it kind of exciting to wrap up the harvest and then everybody's, excited to get cranberries out for Thanksgiving? I'm sure kind of the timing is nice.
Yeah, it is. I always say that this is like the Super Bowl period of the cranberry. They're so versatile and they can be used in so many different ways. And I always like to remind people that cranberries do freeze really well. So they're only in stores for a limited time during the holiday season. So if you are a big cranberry lover, buy them in bulk when you see them in the grocery store. And they do freeze for about 12 months too. So you can have them all year round and enjoy them all year round, not just during the holidays.
So are you on break for a bit now? Do you got a couple of months off before things really ramp up again?
Unfortunately, no. Cranberries are a perennial plant, so they do require year-round attention. So as much as I would love to just vacation for a couple months, the work never ends for us out on the marsh.
Amber Bristow joins us, a fifth-generation cranberry farmer. She's also got a great podcast called Forward Farming. So got to ask you, there's this video or videos that have kind of popped up. You know which ones I'm talking about. That have
I do.
They've gotten so much attention, these TikTok videos, these viral videos about the spiders, about wolf spiders and how dangerous it is. And I would never work on a cranberry bog because they're so dangerous. Is this everything everyone ever talks about up there?
It is. And, this is just the true power of social media, how somebody can post something and it's always taken as a fact. We do have some spiders out there as native insects, just as much as we have white-tailed deer and swans and, all sorts of wildlife. But for some reason, people heard that we have wolf spiders and just ran with it. And it's not true. I don't really like spiders that much, so I can guarantee I would not be working in this field if there were millions of wolf spiders crawling all over me like the TikToks claim.
Well, and I've seen some of these videos. They're like claiming, they're putting the spiders out there. I'm like, I don't really know if you're putting the spiders in the bogs.
No, they're just little native creatures out there like everything else. And it's so funny because you see people making these claims, but you never see videos of the actual spiders themselves. It's always just like little clip art pieces of wolf spiders included in the videos. So I always like to remind people, don't always believe what you read on the internet. And if you have questions, just go ask a farmer. Don't ask Google.
Yeah, well, fair enough. Hey, so they're going to put you on the spot here. I don't know if you could think of one, but for those who, for those of you who like to make a cranberry dish, like to try something different, is there anything you would suggest that might be, I don't know, out of the ordinary? An idea of how to use a cranberry or to present a cranberry that's not just your standard. Is there anything that we may not be thinking about?
Gosh, not to plug my own social media, but I have a social media page called Cranberry Chat.
Okay.
And my favorite thing to do is take cranberries and incorporate them into a dish that you might not think to use cranberries in. So I just made a cranberry tiramisu last night. That is probably one of my favorite desserts. And I also made an appetizer that was really good with like a toasted baguette. And then there's like a feta cheese and then roasted cranberries and roasted shallots on top. And it was like probably one of the best things I've ever had. So if you are looking for inspiration for unique and fun cranberry recipes, I've got a bunch on my social media page if you want to check them out.
What is it again?
it's Cranberry Chats.
Cranberry Chat, awesome. And also you have your podcast, Forward Farming, which is entertaining. It's worth a listen. I really love that kind of stuff. I think you should consider maybe like cranberry and like an Oktoberfest or something. Maybe throw it in some type of beer.
Yes, a sour beer would be really good.
There you go. Amber Bristow, 5th-generation cranberry farmer. Thank you so much. Happy Thanksgiving. How's the weather up there?
It is foggy and gloomy today, but
Okay.
you know what? I'll take it.
All right, sounds good. Thank you, Amber.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
8:49 on Wisconsin's Morning News. All right, that sounds all right. A cranberry tiramisu.
I could go for that.
Both of those sounded good, yeah.
Definitely, I could go for that. I'm like it. It made me very curious. So now,
to
you
dip
know,
into that.
hint, hint. If anybody wants to make that, just saying. Okay, we've got a crash on the ramp from Silver Spring to 43 southbound, so something to keep in mind there. Otherwise, delays are pretty much easing up nicely. A little bit of a backup heading just south from Keefe down towards Locust. Westbound 94, you got backups from 27th Street to Holly Road. Eastbound from about 84th Street to Holly Road. The other heavy spot is going to be from Appleton Avenue down to Capitol on 41 southbound. Northbound's looking pretty good. So far, so good. Just be extra careful. Might be still a little bit wet out there, a little slick. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Debbie's Traffic is sponsored by Mission 94 Firearms Education Center. Just Google it, Mission 94.
From those with no experience to firearms enthusiasts, all are welcome at Mission 94 Firearms Education Center. Learn the right way to handle firearms. Just Google Mission 94.
Change your grocery game plan to locally owned Century Foods, home of the best meat, freshest produce, and tastiest treats.
And free groceries.
Okay, just calm down. We'll get to that later.
Stay tuned in right here to score free groceries.
Stop, please.
Okay, I'm shutting up. My lip is zipped.
Let's get to this week's specials at Century Foods. Now through Wednesday, save on 24-pack selected varieties essential everyday purified water, 2 for $6. 9 to 13.1 ounce selected varieties Old Dutch Crunch, Ripple, or restaurant tortilla chips, 2 for $5.50. 64 ounce selected varieties Ocean Spray cranberry juice, $2.99. 75 to 80 count or 12 ounce selected varieties Lysol disinfecting wipes or spray, $4.99.
And now time for the big reveal. Free groceries.
That's too over the top. Forget it. I'll handle the rest. Enter to win $500 worth of free groceries on Century's Facebook or Instagram by December 31st.
Looking for a fun and meaningful way to kick off the holiday season? Join us for the 20th anniversary of Capco's Kids to Kids Toy Drive, Saturday, December 13th at the Kasmeric Center in Grafton. This free, family-friendly event is a celebration of giving. Bring a new, unwrapped toy and help brighten the holidays for children and families in need across Wisconsin. To learn more or get involved, visit kidstokidstoydrive.com and join us on December 13th in Grafton.
This message reaches 1 million people or more every week. Spreading the gospel is more than one voice speaking to 1 million. It is and must continue to be 1 million voices, each speaking to one, pointing them to our friend Jesus.
The Lutheran Hour with Dr. Michael Ziegler.
The Lutheran Hour, Sunday mornings at 6:30 on WTMJ.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a good karma brand station.
We got breaking news, Neil, on our Louveniers. These are the men and women who stole the jewels from the Louvre. We have more arrests announced today.
I'm Vicky Barker at the Foreign Desk in London. Prosecutors in Paris say 2 men and 2 women have been arrested in connection with the $100 million jewel heist at the Louvre Museum, bringing to 8 the number of suspects in custody. It's not yet clear what part these new suspects are believed to have played in the theft. There's still no sign of the stolen jewels, including a diamond and emerald necklace given by Napoleon to Empress Marie-Louise. Vicky Barker, CBS News, London.
You got to think at this point, there's no way you're going to find those jewels.
You wouldn't think. I mean, you've got multiple people in custody, no clue where they are. Yeah, I think they're gone.
I'm surprised there's this many people involved because it would make sense as to why there are more arrests, though, because once you get one person with the loose lips, They all start talking. It's hard to keep everybody quiet. If it was a small group, if it was a small band of Louverniers, only like 3 or 4, that's one thing. But when you have all of these other party members, that's when you get into trouble.
Yeah, I don't think initially, from when it all first happened, they were like, well, a couple of people, but was it really all conducted that well? Well, I mean, you still haven't found the jewels, but yeah, I think more people involved than I would have initially thought.
So we don't know if they've changed the name to the password to the security, but that's your update with the Louverniers. All right. So there is a lot happening. I know it sounds funny to say this, but there is a lot actually happening in Washington again today. Obviously, you have the part of the turkeys. That's okay. That's the whatever. But we also have this situation with Senator Mark Kelly. Want to get an update on that. He is the Democratic senator who is now perhaps going to be court-martialed if they can get him back into active duty to court-martial him because of comments he made about the military and what the military shouldn't be doing by accepting illegal orders. The Pentagon going after him now. So we have that. We have Ukraine news. It would appear that Ukraine is open to a deal as far as a ceasefire or some kind of peace plan. We'll get into that. Plus, we also have Jeffrey Epstein files. What's the latest on that? There's a lot taking place. We're going to run through it all. We'll bullet point it and get you up to speed coming up right after the news. Right now, it's 8:55 on Wisconsin's Morning News. One more hour of the program. We have business headlines coming up next. And business headlines, as always, are sponsored by Horicon Bank. Together, doing good. HoriconBank.com, the natural choice.
These are your business headlines from the Milwaukee Business Journal.
Kohl's Corporation names former board chairman Michael Bender CEO. Bender has led the department store chain on an interim basis since this spring. A developer is withdrawing their demolition permit for the Holy Ghost Tabernacle Missionary Baptist Church in Brewers Hill. The developer, Ryan Pate, is looking to sell the church, which he purchased in 2023 for $400,000. The investment arm of the family that owns Milwaukee-based Right Height acquires a vacant 24-acre parcel in Franklin for $3.6 million. Six Sibs Capital bought the property that adjoins a Crohn's Inc. logistics center that is scheduled to open in early 2026. I'm Logan Hansen from MilwaukeeBusinessJournal.com on 620 WTMJ.
Doing banking differently since 1896. Greg Matzik here for Horicon Bank. Think about that for a second. Over 100 years of focus on the community and your business. At Horicon Bank, financing requests can be approved in days, not weeks, because your banker understands you and your business. And yes, Horicon Bank is expanding, but they've not lost that community-minded feel. I trust Horicon Bank. I've connected with Horicon Bank, and I invite you to do the same. It's Horicon Bank, truly the natural choice, member FDIC.
We believe that self-care isn't selfish. I'm Maddie from Sweet Talks, a women-owned and operated medical spa fostering self-love and confidence. We believe that beauty is about feeling empowered from within, and it's truly a passion for our team at Sweet Talks. Your goals are our goals. Our services go beyond injectables, including facials, lasers, medical weight loss, hormone therapy, and more. There's even a cafe, complimentary to all patients. Get started today at Sweet Talks in Menominee Falls. Learn more at sweettalks.com.
Why wait for Black Friday when you can save every day? Hasseless Mattress is bringing back Black Friday Plus. We've gone rogue and activated Black Friday deals now through December 2nd on all Beautyrest World Class, and Beautyrest Black mattresses. You get the way low Hasseless price on all Beautyrest mattresses, plus a free adjustable base, plus free memory foam pillows, plus free next day delivery, plus employee-free, hassle-free showrooms. Not just on Black Friday, but every day now through December 2nd. Get a Queen Beautyrest Elm Cove A mattress. Other stores sell it for $1,650, but our Black Friday Plus price is just $794, plus free adjustable base, plus free memory foam pillows, plus free next day delivery, and a great night's sleep for way less. Bust down our door for Beautyrest Black Friday Plus through December 2nd at Hasseless Mattress. Open 9 to 9. Find an employee-free showroom near you at Hasseless.com.
I'm Brett Matchke, and you're due for service.
Richlands.
Education changes everything. It opens doors, shapes futures, and builds the foundation for our children's success. At City Forward Collective, we're working to transform our city's schools and ensure every Milwaukee child receives the high-quality education they deserve. We've taken real steps forward, but our work is far from done. This giving season, we're asking you to join us. Together, we can secure a stronger future for our children and a stronger future for Milwaukee. To support our mission, visit cityforwardcollective.org/donate. That's cityforwardcollective.org/donate.
Stay up to date with your trusted and relevant source in news, sports, traffic, and weather. We are Wisconsin's radio station. News Radio 620, WTMJ, Milwaukee.
Coming up at 9 o'clock, I'm Erik Bilstad. This is Wisconsin's Morning News, Tuesday, November 25th. Our top story just hours away from an extradition hearing.
I'm Neil Doyle, in for Vince Vitrano, threatening to court-martial a U.S. senator.
Got another dense fog advisory until 10 a.m., so one more hour for our inland counties. Otherwise, patchy drizzle, breezy with some showers this afternoon, a high of 51. Tonight, a chance for a rain-snow mix, going to be blustery as well, a low of 32. Right now in Milwaukee, 46 at 9 o'clock. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, just a couple of hours from now, Slenderman stabber Morgan Geyser will be back in court, awaiting extradition back to Wisconsin. She's scheduled to appear at a hearing at 11 a.m. in Illinois. Geyser is in custody after police in Posen, which is south of Chicago, found her and a 43-year-old man sleeping at a truck stop on Sunday night. Next, it's up to the Wisconsin Department of Health Services to consider revoking her conditional release. Waukesha County DA Abby Nicolai, I should say.
It's extremely concerning that you would so blatantly violate a very, very simple condition, which is to stay in a placement and keep a bracelet on.
Geyser allegedly cut off her GPS monitor before fleeing her group home on Saturday night. It'll be up to the Dane County DA to consider filing charges for tampering with that tracking device.
Identifying the man who died after crashing into a home on Milwaukee's south side.
29-year-old David Lopez Perez struck a home early Saturday morning. The medical examiner says a porch collapsed onto his vehicle. Speeding and driving under the influence were likely factors in the crash. No one inside the home was hurt. Elizabeth Linton in WTMJ News.
The Pentagon is threatening to court-martial Senator and retired astronaut Mark Kelly for recording that video with 5 other Democratic lawmakers that concerns military members following orders that are illegal. ABC's Luis Martinez.
Kelly is really responding with tough language. He's essentially saying, look, I flew combat missions over Iraq. I flew space shuttle missions. I commanded space shuttle missions. My wife, who represented at the time was Representative Gabby Giffords, was shot in an act of gunshot violence. And he has essentially given so much of his life, he says, to protecting and upholding the Constitution of the United States. Essentially, he's laying out a really tough line here that he is going to fight this.
Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth said Kelly could face a court-martial or an administrative action to slash his retirement benefits.
Ukraine has reportedly agreed to some element of a peace proposal that could end the war with Russia. More on the details from News Nation's Tom Dempsey.
Just this morning, we heard from Ukraine's defense minister who spoke about how core parts of this peace deal have now been agreed upon, and they're now pushing for a meeting here at the White House with President Donald Trump to finalize the terms of this peace deal. Also, a very important part of this, as far as the timing of all of it, literally as we speak right now, the Army Secretary Dan Driscoll is in the United Arab Emirates speaking directly face-to-face with a team of Russian leaders.
Questions still remain on some of the specific terms of the peace deal, especially for Ukrainian territory concessions and limits to the size of its military.
More arrests overseas over last month's theft of the French crown jewels at the Louvre.
I'm Vicki Barker at the Foreign Desk in London. Prosecutors in Paris say 2 men and 2 women have been arrested in connection with the $100 million jewel heist at the Louvre Museum, bringing to 8 the number of suspects in custody. It's not yet clear what part these new suspects are believed to have played in the theft. There's still no sign of the stolen jewels, including a diamond and emerald necklace given by Napoleon to Empress Marie-Louise. Vicki Barker, CBS News, London.
Q3 numbers are out for Kohl's, the Menominee Falls-based retailer. Kohl's reporting this morning that sales were down nearly 3%. So that continues that negative quarterly sales streak they've been dealing with, although this is not as bad as analysts had expected, so better than expected with that 2.8% decline.
Time for news about your money and the WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. The Dow is up 72 points at 46,500. The NASDAQ, though, off 181 at 22,690, and the S&P 500 is down about 24 at 6,681. Financial planning at every level, Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com.
Sports, traffic, and weather next. Outdoor Living Unlimited. WTMJ News Time, 9:04.
It's here. Black Friday deals are live at Fox World Travel, and your next adventure is waiting. Set sail with Viking or Holland America. Fly away with Delta Vacations. Explore Europe with Insight or Globus. Or unwind in luxury with Classic Vacations. From sun-soaked beaches to breathtaking rivers and historic cities, there's a trip for every dreamer. Call 866-GO-FOX-GO or visit foxworldtravel.com. These exclusive partner deals won't last long.
Lane's Farm and Fleet's Black Friday sale starts this Friday at 6 a.m. Now's your chance to save up to 50% or more on Friday-only super deals store-wide while supplies last. Like 60% off 26-piece Rubbermaid food storage sets, just $9.99. Select men's Nunn Bush slip-on shoes, half price. And 40-pound bags of Blaine's brand black oil sunflower seed, just $18.99. Don't miss your chance to save up to 50% or more during Blaine's Farm and Fleet's Black Friday sale starting at 6 a.m.
Experience, knowledge, and results. That's what really matters when you need help after a serious truck accident. You'll need a lawyer experienced in fighting and winning for people just like you. Gruber Law Offices has the resources, strong track record of success, and a team of experienced lawyers to take care of your needs. We've successfully helped people injured in big truck accidents for more than 35 years. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Time for a WTMJ Sports Update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All Sports Desk. Losing night for the Bucks. They fall to the Trailblazers 115-103 at home. It's their fifth straight loss and third straight game the Bucks played without Giannis, who's out with that left adductor strain. Bucks' Bobby Portis isn't worried about the slump.
Just because things aren't going great now, it doesn't mean that in the near future we won't go on a 5-game win streak, 6-game win streak. So just keep your same routine, keep your same rhythm, be happy, have fun. That's the biggest thing. Have fun when you play the game. Basketball is supposed to be fun.
The Bucks head to Miami. They face the Heat tomorrow night. Packers and Lions on Thursday. Monday Night Football, the Niners win, so that doesn't help. You got another team right up there all log jammed as they're vying for playoff position. The Packers and Lions very familiar with facing each other on Thanksgiving Day. This will be the 23rd time the two teams play on the holiday. Noon kickoff on Thursday.
Let's take a look at the roads. Your WTMJ Time Saver traffic was a little dicey to get things started this morning. Some slowdowns and clearing up a little bit as we move through the morning. Still a couple of backups, 94 through part of our construction zone there. 94 eastbound, you're hitting the brakes as you hit 76th Street until you kind of get through the stadium interchange. Same thing then if you're heading westbound, kind of starting at Layton, you're slowing down until you get past the stadium. And then also a little slow as well, 41 southbound, starting at Silver Spring. Otherwise, rest of the system looking okay.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast. A couple of things to pay attention to. We have a dense fog advisory for our inland counties for another hour. Otherwise, patchy drizzle, breezy with some showers later on today, a high of 51. Tonight, a chance for a rain-snow mix. It's going to be blustery, too. We have a low of 32. Now, Wednesday, you could see some snow showers. It's likely. Won't be a lot, but enough where it could slow some things down, a high of 38. That temp will fall to freezing, 32 by 4 p.m. Thanksgiving Day, Thursday, cloudy, windy, and chilly, a high of 31. Friday, sunny and chilly, a high of 30. Snow likely on Saturday. Right now in Milwaukee, 46.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee, this is Wisconsin's Morning News. Now, here are your hosts, Erik Bilstad and Neil Doyle.
And a good Tuesday morning to you. Neil in for Vince. I'm Erik. Debbie Lozga's here. Tiff Pooh is in the newsroom, and Greg Pancake Hill is running everything else for us. Quick reminder, too, we do have some weather in the far northern parts of Wisconsin, which oftentimes can affect Thanksgiving for some, deer camp, that type of thing. We'll check in. We'll get you an update from Niznansky. We'll do that later on in the hour. But right now, I know it sounds like a broken record when we say this, but there is a lot happening right now in Washington. There's a lot to get to. So let's get right to it right now. Joining us from Washington, our CBS friend, CBS White House reporter Olivia Rinaldi joins us. Olivia, we have Ukraine news, kind of. Is Ukraine starting to come around on some kind of deal? What are we hearing about a potential peace plan?
Hey, good morning. Yeah, there is certainly a lot of news out of Washington today, and there's been a flurry of activity as it relates to the war in Ukraine. Over the weekend, we saw Secretary Marco Rubio and Steve Witkoff in Geneva having a meeting with the Ukrainian side about this 28-point peace plan that had kind of roiled Washington for a couple of days because senators had said that the majority of this peace plan was put together with Russian input. Now they have gotten the Ukrainian side of the input, and they're getting to a new phase of this agreement. We are now learning that Ukraine has agreed to the latest iteration of this peace proposal, but they say there's still some minor details that they need to settle. A U.S. official just told CBS News today that they agreed to this peace deal that was brokered, but essentially there's still some parts that they're not in total agreement on, and that would certainly relate to the land grabs from Russia. We know that a major sticking point in this negotiation has been Russia returning some of the land that they had acquired throughout this war, most recently the Donbass region, which is about 20% of Ukraine's total land mass. We know that they have agreed to somewhat of a framework of this peace deal just in time for President Trump's deadline, a self-imposed deadline of Thanksgiving or by this week. So it's going to happen soon, apparently. However, the Russians have not agreed to this. The Russians have not publicly acknowledged this new peace proposal and have not said what their input would be. On the background to all of this is that President Zelensky may be coming to the U.S. sometime in the next couple of days. CBS News had reported that exclusively that there were conversations about having him come and kind of settle this deal with President Trump. We don't have any indication that those plans have been made as of yet, but we do know those conversations are happening, which goes to show really how important these negotiations are, how Zelensky has continued to try to be at the center of them and advocate what he thinks would be the best deal for Ukraine, as this White House has looked to really make a deal by any means possible with the Russians and the Ukrainians. So a lot of news, a lot of incremental small changes over the last week and a half. But bottom line, this could be, amongst this latest renewed effort to end this war, this could be it. And this could be perhaps the beginning of the scale down of the war. But we're still a long ways away from what could be a total and complete peace in Ukraine.
You said, Olivia, kind of what Russian leaders have said on this. So if Ukraine likes some of this peace plan, but sounds like maybe they want a few things changed in it, it doesn't seem like, though, the leaders there in Russia would agree to this. Does that kind of just put us back to square one?
It certainly does. I mean, one of the biggest issues in this is who would control those parts of Ukraine that Russia has acquired throughout the war, that whole Donbass region. They argue that they should be able to keep that region because they won it through an aggressive war. Ukraine has maintained that they will not recognize any of that land as Russian. And importantly, the Europeans have said that as well, that they're not going to recognize any land grabs from Russia. So that really is what's at the crux of all of this. In addition, there are some considerations that Russia wanted to see Ukraine give, which would include no path to NATO membership. That's a sticking point for some European allies who would like to see NATO or like to see Ukraine be part of NATO. There is potential that Ukraine could join the European Union, but you still don't get those security guarantees that you would get if you join NATO, which would prevent the whole bloc would react if there were any type of new Russian aggression. There's also a piece to this that is particularly interesting, I think, and it's the fact that in the 28-point peace plan proposal that we had seen, there was a portion in there talking about the nearly $300 billion of Russian assets that were seized throughout this war, the majority of which are being held in Europe. But there was a part of that peace plan that said the U.S. would have joint ventures with Ukraine that would help reinvest and rebuild their economy and infrastructure, with some of that money going to repay the U.S. for what they have given throughout the war in terms of aid, military aid, humanitarian aid, economic aid. Also, you're going to need, it would be essentially giving the Russians back the money that was taken from them and the assets taken from them through sanctions, which would really welcome them back on the world stage if they were to be in any sort of business relationship with the U.S. So it'd be really an interesting turn of events in the relationship between the U.S., Russia, and the European countries who have been part in the U.S. of this partnership in trying to tamp down Russian aggression. So there's a lot at play here to underscore that. So
CBS White House reporter Olivia Rinaldi on WTMJ. So the Pentagon says it's now investigating Senator Mark Kelly of Arizona. Why would it be doing that? Well, it's over possible breaches of military law after the former Navy pilot joined a handful of other lawmakers in a video that called for U.S. troops to defy illegal orders. So where does this go from here? What's the motive? To get a court-martial, or what would happen here?
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, this story has also really just captivated Washington. There was a video posted last week by 6 Democratic members of Congress that were telling members of the military and the National Guard that they don't have to obey illegal orders depending on who they come from, especially coming from the commander-in-chief. Now, they wouldn't pinpoint an exact example of it, but in relation to what we've seen as far as the strikes on Venezuela, off the Venezuelan coast, what we have seen in major American cities across the country with the deployment of the National Guard, it appears they were speaking to that. This certainly captured the attention of the president, who on his True Social platform called for members of Congress to be hanged for posting this, saying it was sedition, saying that they should face punishable by death. The White House said he was not calling for them to be killed, but they did point out that, these Democratic lawmakers were asking members of the military to disobey the president, which they view as sedition. So yesterday we heard from the Pentagon that they would be launching this investigation into Mark Kelly. Pete Hegseth on his Twitter account, he is the Secretary of Defense, said the video was despicable, reckless, and false. He said 5 of the 6 individuals in that video do not fall under the Department of Defense jurisdiction, since one is CIA, and the 4 are former military but not retired. However, Mark Kelly is still subject to the UCMJ and said that he knows that. Because of that, he's going to face some type of investigation. This is a major escalation, of course. The White House says they're supportive of this investigation, and they think he was trying to, quote, intimidate the active duty service members who are serving. So this is probably just the first part of this story. And we'll have to see exactly what happens, but this is coming amid a trend that we have seen of the president and this administration targeting Democratic officials or people that he deems who are against his agenda. Just yesterday we saw charges dismissed against 2 people that the president asked to be indicted. Those include James Comey, the former FBI director, and Letitia James, who's the New York Attorney General, who investigated him. And so it's just the latest iteration of this administration investigating people they perceive as enemies or opponents. We'll have to watch very closely. This is the first time, though, that is coming out of the Pentagon, and that carries a little bit more weight when you're talking about the military code of justice. So this is going to probably be a bigger story in the coming weeks or so.
Olivia, has there been any update this week from the DOJ on releasing the Epstein files?
Not to my knowledge. We've been asking, but we know, of course, the president very quietly signed that congressional law requiring all of the unclassified materials related to the Epstein files to be released. So that kicked off a 30-day timer, I believe on November 19th. So December 19th, right around Christmas time, we should be expecting these files, at least what they can release, to be released to the public. The key part of that, though, is unclassified. And we know that President Trump just called for a new investigation into Epstein, into his files, and into what he was doing, when he was doing it, who knew what, especially as it related to people, again, Democratic people with Democratic backgrounds or Democratic donors, like Reid Hoffman, former President Bill Clinton, Larry Summers. So there's a renewed investigation ongoing that may snarl some of those documents that probably would have been made public into not being made public because now they're part of an investigation and now they're deemed classified. I think if these files don't get released in their totality for everyone to view, there will be major backlash. So we'll have to see what happens. We have asked the DOJ, is it going to be one big document dump? Is it going to be perhaps tranches of documents? They have not said. They have said they are preparing the documents and they're doing everything within compliance of Congress and the law. But again, just another thing, we're going to have to wait and see what happens and whether or not they release all of them.
Did you pull the short straw? Do you have to cover the turkey pardon this morning?
I did not get the opportunity to cover the turkey pardon, but the turkeys are staying at my wedding venue, which is kind of a funny little inside Washington. Yeah, they're staying at the Willards.
Yes.
So my mom made sure to tell me that the turkeys had a hotel room and they stayed overnight.
So I'm so curious. I got to ask you then. So say you were getting married next week and you found out that the turkeys were staying in your suite. Would that bother you or not? Because I saw a video of the turkeys like walking on the pillows of the bed. Like, what do you think of that?
You know, I think they get the same room every year. It's pretty much tradition. Now that I've learned this, they stay at the Willard every year, and they have their specific linens and their room and their sawdust that they put down and take care of, just so that the guests feel comfortable with the turkeys who are staying in the room. But it is quite funny. They'll be there today at the White House to get their pardon, and then the president heads to Palm Beach for the week.
All right. Hey, before we let you go, I know we've kept you long. I really appreciate you. Appreciate everything you've been doing for us. Is Thanksgiving, is that a fairly slow time in Washington? Is it usually pretty quiet this week or not really?
Oof, there's never quite a slow time in Washington. But the House and Senate will be out of session. So as slow as it could be with that, and the president won't be in town. But, you know, it's never a good time for it to be quiet. I will say that.
I got you.
We got teams working this weekend just in case something happens.
Well, happy Thanksgiving, Olivia. Appreciate you.
Thank you, guys. Happy Thanksgiving.
CBS White House reporter Olivia Rinaldi on Wisconsin's Morning News.
Good morning, Mr. Gobble. This is the front desk with your 6 a.m. wake-up call. Reminder, check out Isn't It Noon? You'll find the USA Today outside your door.
Visit family-owned Ken Michaels Furniture and our in-store design centers where you'll still find beautiful, luxurious, heirloom-quality American-made furniture. Right now, save 30 to 35% store-wide and take advantage of our complimentary design services. Whether you're moving, renovating, or updating, our designers will help your vision become a reality. Visit Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield on Capitol Drive and in Greenfield on Highway 100 to save 30 to 35% store-wide today. Stop into Ken Michaels Furniture for our sale on Bradington Young, made in the foothills of the Great Smoky Mountains. Bradington Young is an American icon in quality leather upholstery. Whether you're looking for power recliners or stationary seating, BY's Furniture is made with enduring quality, outstanding comfort, and timeless styling. Save 35% now on Bradington Young upholstery at Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield and Greenfield. Visit us today.
What makes working at Three Pillars so special? Let's hear from my friend Diane.
I just love what I do because I get to bring joy and happiness to the residents. I develop and plan all the programs, activities, and outings. We go downtown to Milwaukee for different theater productions, museum tours. Our activities can span from Lake Geneva up to as far as Green Bay, and then we love going to the Dells. We also have a lot of speakers coming all the time, and then we always have parties.
Find a rewarding career at threepillars.org.
Check off the wish list with instant savings and free battery offers on select Steel tools. Shop online or in-store at steelusa.com. That's steelusa.com.
A busy Thanksgiving week
happening today.
So, in just a couple of hours in Illinois, authorities will begin the extradition process for Morgan Geyser.
I did something really wrong.
What? 47 and Cicero. What did you do wrong?
That is Geyser speaking with police officers in Illinois Sunday night. She's 23 years old. She was charged as a kid, 12 years old, with the attempted homicide of Peyton Leitner in Waukesha to appease Slenderman, a fictional character. That happened way back in 2014. Well, she's been at a mental facility in Winnebago ever since. However, just recently, she was allowed out and living in a group home. Well, she broke out over the weekend. She was found in suburban Chicago late Sunday after police in Madison say she cut off her monitoring device and fled from that group home. So what happens today? Where does it go from here? WTMJ's Adam Roberts has that.
Morgan is your first name, right?
Yes.
G-E-Y-S-E-R.
No.
Let me say goodbye, please.
Okay, we will.
New body cam footage released by the Posen, Illinois Police Department shows authorities interacting with Morgan Geyser and an acquaintance identified as 43-year-old Chad Mecca of Janesville at a Thornton's gas station Sunday evening. According to a police report, Geyser originally gave authorities the fake name Stephanie Grease, but upon pressing, revealed her true identity.
You're being honest with me.
I'm being honest. That's my name. Trust me, I didn't want to give it to you. Okay. You'll see why in a second.
According to the report, Geyser and Mecca became acquainted through Good Shepherd Church in Madison. After the state had denied Mecca a formal request to visit Geyser at her group home on the city's south side, he had snuck in the home multiple times to meet her, according to the report. Geyser told police she cut her ankle monitor with a pair of scissors and that the two had discussed fleeing as far away as Nashville, Tennessee. But the pair ran out of money after first taking a bus from Madison to Chicago and then walking the roughly 25 miles south to Posen. Police Chief William Alexander.
They were sleeping on the ground with multiple bags around them of clothing like they've been traveling.
Geyser is currently being held at a Cook County, Illinois facility awaiting an extradition hearing scheduled for 11 o'clock this morning. Once she returns to Wisconsin, she will be taken to Waukesha County pending any formal charges issued by the Dane County District Attorney in Madison. As for the conditional release plan agreed to in September that had landed Geyser in her group home in the first place, any revocation request of that plan would have to come from the State Department of Health Services. Waukesha County District Attorney Leslie Basie says if that request is made, it will have her office's full support.
It will be up to Department of Health Services whether they file a petition to revoke her conditional release. We will be fully supporting a petition if one is filed.
Adam Roberts, WTMJ News.
What makes this so interesting is that she wasn't found guilty. She was found not guilty of by mental disease and defect when she was first going through court with this case. So one of the questions we posed to John Gross, as a UW professor of law at UW-Madison, is, does the state have the burden here to rehab her since she was in a mental facility?
Well, in some ways, yes. I mean, she's being treated like someone who was committed to a mental health institution, which happens to people outside of the criminal process as well, where somebody might be deemed to be a danger to themselves or others, and they need to be in a facility where they can get care and treatment and be rehabilitated to the point where hopefully they can leave the facility and re-enter society and probably continue to need some therapeutic care, if that's medication or therapy, whatever it might be. But yes, I mean, the goal here, again, with any mental health commitment is to hopefully get the person to the point where they're no longer required to be in a facility and monitored 24/7, but they can live on their own and reintegrate into society.
Geyser will be back in court at 11 a.m. News about your money, the WTMJ Annex Wealth Management market update. Mixed bag at the moment. The Dow is up 120 to 46,569. The Nasdaq down 165 to 22,706, and the S&P is down 15 to 66,89 as they are an hour into trading this morning. Annex Wealth Management, financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com.
It's half past the hour.
Why did you say, to be honest?
To be honest, the cherry wood of the colonial bedroom at Penny Mustard reminds me of George Washington,
who famously said, "I cannot tell a lie."
To be honest, that's correct.
That's appropriate, since the colonial bedroom is fit for a president.
The solid wood design has an authentic, old-timey feel.
To be honest, it also features forever tight bed brackets and drawer bottoms strong enough to stand on.
So you can't tell a lie?
To be honest, I cannot.
Okay, in that case, did you eat my turkey sub out of the fridge in the break room?
To be honest, no.
Okay.
It wasn't turkey. It was ham.
Come see the majestic colonial bedroom, starting at just $561 a month with no interest until November of 2027. Through November 30th at Penny Mustard.
Showrooms in Milwaukee and Chicago.
PennyMustard.com.
Better versions of what people want.
Penny Mustard Furnishing.
A buck in today's world doesn't go far unless you're spending it at Griffin. Because for just $1 over cost, you can buy brand new tires from us. Buy one or a whole set. This is Jim Griffin, any major brand. We'll put you in new tires for just $1 over our cost with free tire repair and lifetime rotation. That's right, $1 over cost, and we'll even show you the invoice to prove it. So what's the catch? There's really no catch. You don't have to buy a car or a truck from us. We'd like it if you did, but our only requirement is we put them on for you. Buy one, two, or a set of four. The $1 deal at Griffin. Available at Griffin Chrysler Jeep South 27th Street and Griffin Ford Waukesha. The $1 deal at Griffin. Make your dollar go further. Griffin, the buck stops here, but the deals on tires don't. $1 over cost. That's Griffin.
Not combinable with other tire offers.
Hey, it's your friend John McGivern. In a world full of chaos, I'm grateful for a health plan that has my back. Network Health is so reliable and trustworthy, they always put me and over 126,000 members first. It's just what they do and what they've always done for over 41 years. Call 833-7-NETWORK today. HMO and POS plans underwritten by Network Health Plan. Compensation has been provided for using this endorsement of Network Health.
Hey, this is WTMJ's Steve Scavini here to talk about my brand new show, WTMJ Outdoors. This week, we're live from Deer Camp in Waupaca County, Wisconsin, as we celebrate the opening of gun deer season. Paul Smith, Journal Sentinel, joins us. Nate Van Zeelen, the owner of the camp, all things Wisconsin Outdoors. Join us every Saturday, 2 to 3, right here on 620 WTMJ.
It's WTMJ Outdoors, presented by Outdoor Living Unlimited.
ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. Sources close to the Louvre investigation confirmed to ABC that one of the four suspects arrested in today's connection with the French crown jewels heist is the fourth suspect that police have been looking for since the October 19th heist. The police there have caught and previously caught three others suspected of, they say, carried out a four-man team thought to have carried out the daring theft. New stats point to a sharp slowdown in white-collar hiring this year.
Americans with four-year degrees now make up a record 25% of total unemployment. The Bureau of Labor Statistics says the jobless rate for bachelor's degree holders rose to 2.8% in September, up 0.5% from a year earlier. People with other levels of education, by contrast, showed little or no increase over the same period.
ABC's Jim Ryan, Arizona Senator and Navy combat pilot Mark Kelly says he won't be intimidated after learning the Pentagon is investigating him. This is ABC News.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 9:33.
From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, Slenderman stabber Morgan Geyser will appear in court this morning for an extradition hearing out of Illinois. Once she does return to Wisconsin, the Department of Health Services will need to consider whether to revoke her conditional release, since Geyser was in their care when she cut off her monitoring bracelet and left. Waukesha County Assistant DA Abby Nikolai.
It's extremely concerning that you would so blatantly violate a very, very simple condition, which is to stay in a placement and keep a bracelet on. And that we have no idea what was going on is extremely concerning to the state, because immediately my thoughts went to the victim and keeping the community safe.
It'll be up to the Dane County DA to decide whether to charge Geyser for cutting off her GPS bracelet.
Authorities say Geyser was found with a man in his 40s when they were located just south of Chicago. Some new details about who that man was from authorities.
A police report obtained by WTMJ identifies the man as 43-year-old Chad Mecca of Janesville. In an interview with police, Mecca said he had met Geyser through Good Shepherd Lutheran Church in Madison, and that the two plotted to escape after Mecca was denied visitation time with Geyser at her group home. The two took a bus from Madison to Chicago, according to the report, then walked to the village of Posen, where they ran out of money and were later arrested. Mecca was charged with trespassing and obstruction and released on a citation notice. Adam Roberts, WTMJ News.
The Greenfield police chief, accused of installing a city-owned pole camera outside of his personal residence, will now stand trial.
Jay Johnson is charged with misconduct and inconsistent duty. An amended criminal complaint adds the charge of felony destroying data because Johnson allegedly deleted text messages related to the situation off of his department-issued phone before giving it back. The state called Special Agent Scott Marlock to testify.
City attorney said that Mr. Johnson or Chief Johnson should not hang the camera, citing legal reasons.
Johnson once again pled not guilty to all charges. He's back in court on January 15th. Elizabeth Linton in WTMJ News.
2 people dead in a plane crash near the Monroe Municipal Airport Monday night. Greene County Sheriff's Office responded to Highway 59 in the town of Sylvester, where the plane crashed into a gravel quarry and caught on fire. Construction equipment in the quarry was also caught on fire in that crash. Some large debris was in the field from the aircraft. That crash is now being investigated by the NTSB and FAA. Let's take a look at the roads, your WTMJ Time Saver traffic. We've kind of cleared up nicely. It was a bit dicey to get the morning started with some of our holiday travel we would expect, but just seeing 1 or 2 disabled vehicles across the system, really not causing any issues. Little slowdown still, 94 in our construction zone there if you're heading eastbound, starting at 70th Street until you get past the Stadium Interchange. Otherwise, you're moving along the system nicely.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast still have a dense fog advisory for our inland counties until 10 a.m. Patchy drizzle today, breezy with some showers this afternoon, a high of 51. Tonight, a chance for a rain-snow mix in there. Going to be blustery, too. You're looking at 30-mile-per-hour wind gusts tonight and a low of 32. For your Wednesday, cloudy, windy, snow showers likely tomorrow. High of 38 with that temp falling to 32 by 4 o'clock, so just be prepared for that. Might slow things down a bit on the roads. Thanksgiving Day, cloudy, windy, and chilly, a high of 31. Friday, sunny and cold, 30. Saturday, snow is likely again, a high of 33. Right now in Milwaukee, 46 degrees.
You don't need a massive walk-in to have a beautiful, organized closet.
Tired of wasted space? Or that pile of shoes that's always hiding behind your closet door?
Abracadabra!
Inspired Closets is the expert at doubling or even tripling your storage space instantly.
It's like magic, but better, because it's custom designed for you.
We make it easy and affordable and transform your space regardless of its size or scope.
Get started today at InspiredClosetsMilwaukee.com.
Inspired Closets.
A wife and husband team.
Education changes everything. It opens doors, shapes futures, and builds the foundation for our children's success. At City Ford Collective, we're working to transform our city's schools and ensure every Milwaukee child receives the high-quality education they deserve. We've taken real steps forward, but our work is far from done. This giving season, we're asking you to join us. Together, we can secure a stronger future for our children and a stronger future for Milwaukee. To support our mission, visit cityforwardcollective.org/donate. That's cityforwardcollective.org/donate.
Mission 94 is offering Black Friday deals for everyone. This Black Friday only, get 15% off all Savior accessories. Buy 4 cleanings, get 1 free. Enjoy 4 visits to the Mission 94 firearms range, and your 5th one is free. Give the gift of learning with 25% off a one-on-one training certificate. Plus, take 20% off all in-stock women's CCW purses and handbags. This Black Friday weekend only at Mission 94 Firearms Education Center in Kenosha. Learn more today. Just Google Mission 94.
Blaine's Farm and Fleet's early Black Friday deals have arrived, in-store and online while supplies last. Right now, shop early Black Friday-like savings store-wide on the things you need and the brands you love. Like up to 40% off men's and women's Columbia outerwear. Select men's and women's Carhartt graphic sweatshirts, $39.99. $40 off DeWalt 20-volt atomic drill or impact driver kits. And 26-piece Rubbermaid food storage sets, just $12.99. Don't miss early Black Friday deals in-store and online only at Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Be an original.
9:39 on Wisconsin's Morning News. Erik Bilstad along with Neil Doyle in for Vince Vitrano.
Something we've got to deal with during the holidays, Erik, not only trying to do maybe some shopping, getting some gift giving ideas, but a lot of people having some of those things delivered to their homes. And something that's been going on for years now is now having to worry about these porch pirates who will come up and try to steal packages off your doorstep. Well, some news coming out today out of New York, prosecutors saying they've dismantled a sophisticated porch pirate criminal organization. 14 people now facing 50 felony charges for allegedly stealing FedEx packages that contained cell phones, other electronic devices. And, I mean, it's pretty detailed as to what this kind of crime ring they said was up to here with these porch pirate accusations. A little bit more here. CBS's Jared O'Charter has more on some of the charges.
We've seen in video released by the prosecutor's office that sometimes these criminals would steal packages directly from the hands of FedEx drivers. They had people who had access to specific tracking routes that FedEx used, and then other runner criminals would go take those packages from victims' porches or from their hands themselves.
Investigators saying as well they recovered more than 200 cell phones in this, tens of thousands of dollars in cash. They reportedly had kind of a warehouse they would use to bring these phones to. So this certainly a little more sophisticated of a porch pirate ring. I mean, again,
they knew exactly what they were doing.
There are people out there up to kind of bad things who are looking, maybe driving around neighborhoods, looking to take some things here and there off of porches if they see it. But this group seemed like they kind of had a plan down, but eventually got caught.
You lost something, didn't you?
Yeah, a couple of years ago, right on the front step, had a package delivered. It was some new ski goggles, and came home. I'm like, oh, I saw it got delivered. Didn't think anything. The package was on the step, and then as I walked up, it was ripped open. So they didn't even take the entire box. They decided, we're just going to rip it open, take whatever's
just
in there.
Just to see what's inside?
Man, well, they left with it. So that was not ideal.
You know what you should have done? You should have set up one of these little boxes that when you open it, it blows up and it sends like blue smoke and dye everywhere like we're seeing on...
And you were skeptical if people were actually doing that.
Have you seen these?
I have.
There's a bunch of them.
These videos all over, and I feel like, maybe some of them were they AI generated or maybe pulling pranks on a family. But I think some of these are actually legit. People are doing this just because of how prevalent this has become now. People stealing things off the porches. So they're trying to maybe deter these people or kind of send a signal, hey, don't steal packages off porches. But
so if you haven't seen the video, so it's kind of like the money paint, right? When a bank robber steals money and it goes,
it's like a glitter bomb.
Yeah, because these giant glitter bombs, it's either pink or blue are the colors that usually go off. I don't know. Some of them look pretty phony to me. Like the one where the woman, it blows up on the woman and then she puts her hands on her hips and looks at the camera like, hey, what are you doing? Like, what? That can't be real.
Well, some of them, again, I'm sure maybe staged because they do pretty well on social media. People I feel like watching some of those videos.
It is 9:42 on Wisconsin's Morning News. Coming up, why they're calling this the Super Bowl.
Wisconsin is as hard-working of a place as you'll ever find. There's a sense of pride, community, and work ethic that's second to none. People here are tough, but even the toughest among us need help after a serious accident. At Gruber Law Offices, we won't stop fighting for you and your family. We've been here and will continue to be here for as long as you need us. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
It's here. Black Friday deals are live at Fox World Travel, and your next adventure is waiting. Set sail with Viking or Holland America. Fly away with Delta Vacations. Explore Europe with Insight or Globus. or unwind in luxury with classic vacations. From sun-soaked beaches to breathtaking rivers and historic cities, there's a trip for every dreamer. Call 866-GO-FOX-GO or visit foxworldtravel.com. These exclusive partner deals won't last long.
So you've decided to get a new mattress, but what about new pillows? I mean, your pillows have been through a lot. Constant flipping, greasy hair, and so much drool. And let's face it, your old pillow has more lumps than Aunt Judy's holiday gravy. This Black Friday, Hasseless Mattress has your back, along with your head and neck too. Through December 2nd, purchase a new Sealy Posturepedic or Beautyrest mattress, and Hasseless will give you a free adjustable base and a pair of super supportive and incredibly comfortable pillows. Plus, since Hasseless showrooms are employee-free, our prices on Beautyrest and Sealy Posturepedic are way less. Others sell a Queen Emeryville A for $1,374, but Hasseless has it for only $1,086. And for Black Friday, now through December 2nd, we're throwing in a free adjustable base and 2 free pillows. Free next day delivery, too. Who knows? You may be one good pillow away from becoming a morning person. Find an employee-free showroom near you at Hasseless.com.
Crazy busy day today in the sky. Tens and tens of thousands of flights are scheduled today, prompting the FAA to say this.
For us, this week is our Super Bowl.
Yes, it is the Super Bowl for the FAA. All kinds of stuff.
It's going to be a busy week for us. The airlines, the travel sector in general.
Yep. It's going to be busy for all of them as they get underway with this.
The FAA says that today is the busiest day, with 52,000 flights expected. Now, we're told there is solid staffing at towers and control centers nationwide. The FAA is calling this week their Super Bowl.
Yep. FAA doing media availability for this. Walking through, talking to reporters. Really excited about Wednesday. I think the team looks really good. We're prepared. We're going to be able to handle this. They're taking bets on how many cancellations there could be, but they're expecting not very many. We're very proud of the team.
I mean, you hope that they got their A-plus players going at it.
Meanwhile, others are bringing wings to the event. I'm just kidding. No one's bringing food. As far as the airport goes, yeah, it's going to be busy. You're hearing from Sean Duffy again, the DOT secretary.
So if you're planning your travel, think about when you depart, because the afternoons of those days are going to be busier than the rest.
We should also point out that Duffy doubling down on the idea of making sure you dress well.
Maybe dressing with some respect, whether it's a pair of jeans and a decent shirt. I would encourage people to maybe dress a little better, which encourages us to maybe behave a little better.
Yep.
I mean, does he really think that deters behavior? I mean, I just...
I don't know. Who knows? I don't know.
And I know there's these reports. I think they said it's FAA put out something. It's like in the last 5 years, the amount of unruly passengers, up like 400%, which I'm like, I don't even know how you track that, I guess, accurately.
Right.
But I guess he thinks that will help deter some of that behavior.
You know what? If the guy next to me wants to wear sweatpants or a tie, it doesn't matter as long as the plane lands on time.
Yes.
That's all
as
I
long
care
as it's
about.
not both at the same time, because then there's some questions.
That's
there.
a fashion faux pas right there.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, I'm not going to call someone out, but I don't know, you might get some eyes on that one.
Hey, buddy, that tie does not match those sneakers. That kind of thing.
Stripes and solids?
So as they deal with that, we do have some weather to pay attention to. So around here locally, we got this chance for a rain-snow mix tonight. We have snow showers likely tomorrow. I mean, it wouldn't be a huge amount of accumulation, but could be bumpy at times for those trying to travel either road or by air. But it's northern Wisconsin. They have a winter storm warning that's going to kick off tonight, and that one could dump a lot of snow. Storm Team 4 Chief Meteorologist Brian Isnansky joined us earlier.
Yeah, it could be pretty nasty up that way. So if you do have travel plans up north, like if you're going to travel north of Wausau, I would try basically Highway 29 north, I think is where you're going to start to have some problems. I would try to avoid, traveling on Wednesday. If you can go a little bit earlier, that'd be better, or hold off till Thanksgiving. Wednesday would be tough. I'm not saying it's going to be impassable by any means. I'm just saying if you want to avoid the worst time frame. And I do honestly think, it really doesn't get extremely bad or, too bad until you start getting, let's say north of Highway 8, which puts you like north of Rhinelander. That's where things I think go downhill pretty good.
And he was talking like some of those spots, Ashland County or whatever, could see a foot of snow from this. So it'll be blizzard-like conditions starting late tonight and into tomorrow in the far reaches northern portions of the state. So be mindful of that for anyone camping or going to see Grandma and Grandpa for Thanksgiving.
And I guess it's, we expect that this time of year, but do we have to get that thrown in? It's just another wrench. The holidays
always
stressful enough. Now I got to worry about weather.
Right.
And
Oh, deer camp. Maybe they would like that, a little bit of snow on the ground. I'm not sure if it'd be enough time, but maybe. Okay, so then you asked them about another stretch of snow. Speaking of those coming back from Grandma's house or coming back from the deer hunt. So starting Saturday into Sunday, we could see another round, says Niz.
Still like TBD on exactly where like the swath of heavy accumulating snow sets up. I'm pretty confident there's going to be, a storm system, substantial one that moves across the Midwest. But especially this time of year, it's got to track just right for you to get the heavy snowfall. So right now, just going with a chance of rain and snow starting Saturday night into Sunday, maybe lingering into Monday, but definitely something to watch if you have travel on the tail end of the weekend.
Yeah, so be mindful of that. The good news is, though, the FAA is ready to go.
For us, this week is our Super Bowl.
That's right. They'll make sure they are staffed. They'll make sure there are wings and other... What do we usually have on Super Bowl? It's Doritos and wings and nachos.
yeah,
and
some different dips. Maybe a little chip and
dips.
guac. Sure.
They'll do it.
Give the gift of a special night out from the Bartolotta Restaurants. Purchase a gift card at bartolottas.com and get a $20 holiday bonus for every $100 you spend. Happy holidays from all of us at the Bartolotta Restaurants, and thank you, Milwaukee.
Visit family-owned Ken Michaels Furniture and our in-store design centers where you'll still find beautiful, luxurious, heirloom-quality American-made furniture. Right now, save 30 to 35% store-wide and take advantage of our complimentary design services. Whether you're moving, renovating, or updating, our designers will help your vision become a reality. Visit Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield on Capitol Drive and in Greenfield on Highway 100 to save 30 to 35% store-wide today. Stop into Ken Michaels Furniture for our sale on Bradington Young, made in the foothills of the Great Smoky Mountains. Bradington Young is an American icon in quality leather upholstery. Whether you're looking for power recliners or stationary seating, BY's Furniture is made with enduring quality, outstanding comfort, and timeless styling. Save 35% now on Bradington Young upholstery at Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield and Greenfield. Visit us today.
Don't just get a ride, build a travel experience together with KB Excursions. Vince Vitrano here for this family-owned business. Custom designing travel for your major event or just a night out. Luxury motor coach service, or for smaller groups, the beautiful Mercedes Sprinter, leather seats, TV, whole setup, golf trip, wedding party, night on the town, ride to the ball game. And with personal service from Khalid, Amy, and the KB Excursions team, getting there will be half the fun. KBExcursions.com.
Point taken with Scafidi and Bry.
We talk about information, but we are not the first-hand report of the information. And so do you feel that we are part of the problem?
We're trying to do something that says, here's the stories that people are talking about. Here's how they touch us in our lives. We're not part of the problem if we stay on course. But if we become like all the other degenerates, I use the word on purpose.
To rile up the base?
To rile up the base. Everyone's like nodding their heads in their cars. Like, what are you doing?
Weekdays from 10 to noon on WTMJ. WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
This cruise ship mystery, the story, it's getting a lot of attention nationally now. I really hope they can figure out exactly what happened here. 18-year-old Anna Kepner. Her death continues now, the investigation into it, as her grandparents speak publicly about it for the first time. So her grandmother, Barbara Kepner, was on Good Morning America talking about the incident. Kepner was found dead in her cabin where she was staying on this cruise. They went as a family, and she was found dead, and they can't really figure out what caused her death. They're still looking into it. Might have been asphyxiation, that type of thing. Anna's stepbrother has reportedly been named a suspect, but as of now, no one has been charged in the case.
Did have some demons in the past. That is what Barbara Kepner told us, grandma. She said that he was in therapy for a time following his parents' divorce, but they did make it clear he was not violent. They said he did not have a temper. Barbara sat in on part of that stepbrother's FBI interview. She called him an emotional mess. She said he could not remember what happened. I will say, though, both grandparents were relieved that there was no apparent sexual assault.
Well, that may be true, but Kepner's still dead. So you have to figure that part out.
And I might have missed in the story, the grandparents, they weren't on the cruise, were they? Or
they weren't in the room. Okay. It was like a family cruise, and like she was staying with her brother and her stepbrother in their room, and they found her dead. It would appear that she was put wherever they found her, and now they have this one kid. They thinking the stepbrother is likely a suspect. Really need to get our arms around what exactly happened in this one. But this family, I have to admit, I'm a little surprised when I saw the grandma on Good Morning America. That
would be tough.
I wish they would have just, I don't know if it's necessary for them to come out in public. I know that everyone has their own way of dealing with grief and that type of thing.
Or at least more of the details kind of come out, and then maybe you address it. But
yeah, tough story on this cruise ship death of an 18-year-old girl. It's 9:54. We had a lot of people in the program today, Neil, so thanks for them to joining us. We had Lori Nickel. Our thanks to Adam Roberts and his continuing reporting of the Morgan Geyser situation. Brian Niznansky, Mark Tauscher, our cranberry fifth-generation farmer.
I'm getting some of those recipes, for sure.
And she had some pretty good insight in there, too. Amber Bristow joined us. She's got her own podcast. You can find that on the podcast page, as well as Olivia Ronaldi from CBS as well. Just text the word Vince to 855-616-1620, Saturday Unlimited, WDTMJ Talk and Text line. So we will be back tomorrow, and tomorrow's another busy day as we get closer to the holiday. You think that things settled down here? That is not the case.
Just gets busier.
It just keeps getting busier and busier. Point Taken is coming up next on the program. This is Wisconsin's Morning News. Again, my thanks to Greg Pancake Hill for everything. Appreciate you, buddy.
Good morning, Mr. Gobble. This is the front desk with your 6 a.m. wake-up call. Reminder, checkout isn't at noon. You'll find the USA Today outside your door.
These are your business headlines from the